in a galaxy far, far away, you can still see the Florence Y'alls come out to play. Hello and welcome to Thomas More Stadium for Star Wars night here in beautiful Florence, Kentucky. A couple clouds in sight, but it's a nice sunny day on a Friday, July 12th. We're going to have a packed house here at Thomas More Stadium. Rory Detmer alongside my Trust Go partner, Jesse Cook, and our executive producer, Sophie Wilson. Jess, how are you doing?
Happy to be here, I am. I'm very excited. Y'all have been on the road for a while, so it's the first time in July that I'm seeing them live because they were in Washington. They're playing right now. Then they went to New York, then New Jersey. That took a long time, and Rory, I can see the bags under your eyes. You guys got back, I'd like to say late yesterday, but it was early morning today. It was late morning today.
It was late morning today. It wasn't even early morning. You would already be at work on, a tip 9 to 5. Got back, I want to say the exact time is 10:22. Just what I remember looking at the clock.
So I had been here for 2.5 hours, and you did not come to say hello.
Well, I was.
You didn't even know what planet you were on at that point.
I was in a funk. So we left yesterday around like 11:30. Obviously had to take a stop for the gas station. Everyone gets food, all that stuff. Then we also had to stop at a rest stop halfway through, and then also switched because the bus that we originally took down there lost AC while we were in Washington. That had to get fixed. Then we had to re-pick up that bus. So at 8 a.m. we had to drop everything off one bus, transfer it to another, and then finish the 2-hour trip back home. Very much a lack of sleep. I was able to get some sleep, maybe less than 3 hours, 11:30 to like 2. So very, very tired. But we're representing Florence Y'alls baseball. It's a caffeine. Am I right?
I'd say half the amount of caffeine is. Use the Force. It's Star Wars night. Use the Force to stay awake.
I'm going to use the Force, and we also have our own lightsaber here.
Oh, I did.
And then Chad,
I did have one.
Chad took it. You got that one over there. You got the green one.
That's not mine.
Yeah, you can use it. You can use it. You already used the Yoda line. That's a green lightsaber, so you have to.
I'm short enough.
Someone.
I'm 5'7". That's Yoda's around that, right?
When I was doing a pretty good stand-up, one of the assistant coaches for the Washington Wild thing said their favorite character was Yoda, and Chad said, "You look like Yoda," and it was a short coach.
He's got a quick wit.
That's either way. 1,000 lightsabers have been given out here. That's the first 1,000 fans in attendance to tonight's game. So if you're, I don't know if there's any more, but if you want to try and get a lightsaber, come on down to Thomas More Stadium. There's still a little bit of time here. But either way, we're joining you guys on the 5th West Brewing pregame show, inspired by the Great American Road Trip across Route 50. 50 West, the premier brewery in the Cincinnati area. And 50 West, every year is a journey. Join us for the ride located 7605 Worcester Pike, Cincinnati. Just to recap that road trip for you, it was a 9-game trip, 10 days. We had one on Monday between the New York and New Jersey series. Didn't go the Y'alls' way. They went 3-6 in those 9 games. Won the very first game in Washington. Dropped the next 2. That's the opponent tonight. This is a 3-game series against the Wild Things. Went to New York. Dropped the first 2 there. Won the last one. Went to New Jersey. It's the worst team in the league. Dropped the first 2 there. Lost the series. But in a barn burner yesterday, 4-hour game, firing 32 runs combined between both teams. Y'alls etched it out for a 17-15 win into the night on Thursday. So it's been an up-and-down road trip. I will say on the road trip, Edgar Martinez, who throws tomorrow, he picked up 2 of the wins in his start. So he's been wrecking and rolling. Yannick Villalobos, who's on the mound tonight, has thrown in one of those games during that 9-game road trip. Pretty interesting. Everyone else threw 2 times. He's the only one that threw once. Well,
you need him to play like someone who only threw once last week. You need longevity from Yannick. Last time, he only went 4 2 innings. He couldn't make it out of the 5th. That doesn't bode well going into the series, but Washington hasn't seen him in a while. I guess that takes us to our Cintas key to the game. Keep your business safe, clean, and professional with help from Cintas. Visit us online at cintas.com today. I'd like to talk about the pitching. Everyone knows that's going to be key, but I'm going to flip it over to the hitting side. Not only do you need runners on, obviously, but you can be stranding runners in scoring position. The Y'alls didn't do a whole lot of that during the road trip, but when you have no sleep, you can't be putting yourself on the edge there, not following through. That's just going to wreck however you feel about it.
It's an interesting double entendre. The pitching's obviously been weak, and the hitting was excelling at the beginning. And then even while hitting the New Jersey Jackals in the first 2 games, they had the entire 3 games, but the first 2 games they still hit them and lost. Couldn't up that run push. So I like what your Cintas key to the game is. Don't leave runners in scoring position. Kind of play some situational baseball, but start producing runs against the very talented Washington team that is first place in our division. You open up a 3-game series here right before the All-Star break. Kind of empty the tank before you get 4 or 5 days off. And really just show what you could do against a division rival. If it goes your way, you end up, eliminating a few games back right now in the standings. Florence will enter this one 23-30, Washington 35-18. So a good distance between the teams, but I was saying before, 7 games out of a playoff spot at stands. A lot of work to be done in the second half. And I just want to start it off, at least end the first half off on a good note. a win against the Washington Wild, a series win would be truly amazing. Yanniker Villalobos, his last time out against Washington, 5 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He actually a pretty good start, and he's coming up birthday. He had a birthday on July 11th, so 7/11 actually yesterday, and we were able to win with him, or I guess the Y'alls yesterday. Let's get a win for him today. What do you say?
I say, how about it? I think that would be a good thing. Get Yanniker that win. It sounds silly, but it does raise some sort of that.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're going against Jordan DiValerio, who we know is very good, but we also know the Y'alls have seen before and hit.
Yep.
If you perform as you expect, that's going to do a great deal of good for the team. Also, I just think about the fact that the Y'alls entered that road stretch winners of 4 of its last 4 full series.
Yeah.
That one awkward game in Schaumburg for the game setup. I'm not counting that. So the 4 full series before then, the Y'alls won. Now you've lost your last 3. You need to start out on a good note.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Jordan DiValerio. This is the 3rd time we've seen him. 2nd time in just under 2 weeks here. His last time out on July 2nd there. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, but only 1 run. It was unearned. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Go all the way back to May 1st. 5 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. So again, kind of a double-edged sword there. The Y'alls, 7 hits in 7 innings. Probably should have put up more runs in that game. They still won that game, but just once they got to the pen, it was that Zade Richardson grand slam in the 8th. But they still won that game, just not as good as they were back on May 31st, and really pounded DiValerio. I will say DiValerio's last time out against Windy City, a team that we've really handled. 5 innings pitched, 11 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He's been up and down. Hopefully this is a down night for him. DiValerio comes at you with a 5-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, splitter, changeup, curveball. That'll take us to our starting lineups of the day. First pitch coming up in just a few moments. Leading off, it's a pretty interesting lineup. Not really from, I would say, order-wise, but just how they're throwing it out there. There is a new face at the bottom of the order. So leading off, as always, center fielder Blaze O'Savin, fresh off of a 4 stolen base day. Batting second, shortstop Alberti Chavez. In the 3 spot, the third baseman Brian Fuentes. The cleanup hitter, the first baseman Hank Zeisler. Batting fifth, a designated hitter today is TJ Reeves. In the 6th spot, the left fielder Steven Hrustich. Behind the dish, returning to the lineup will be the catcher Sergio Gutierrez. Batting 8th in right field today, Ed Johnson. The new guy, playing second base, batting 9th, Justin Levy. You did a little bit of a pre-game work on Justin Levy. What did you find out about him?
So Justin Levy was picked up basically today. He was acquired trade. He's cleared to be named later from the off-season deal that sent Ray Zuberer to the Lake Country Dockhounds. That's where the Y'alls got Levy from. That's the American Association. That was after the 2023 season, but Levy was named later being today.
Yeah.
So he played a little bit there in 2024. He played 4 NCAA seasons at Louisville, so he's not unfamiliar with this area. 2 hours south, playing for the Cardinals. Ended up being a 3rd-team All-ACC member in his senior year. He was drafted out of high school, bought in the 39th round by the White Sox, but he played college ball. And then after his college career, it was that weird 2025 round draft.
Oh, yeah.
So he was not selected, but teams had the option to sign players for at most $20,000. And the Mariners picked him up, and he was there for seasons, bounced around a little bit, and now he's here.
And now he's here, and we hope he can stay here for a little bit before trying to get back to affiliated ball and provide some life over at second base.
By the way, with the Dockhounds, he batted 200, which could use a little boost, but sent around 13 RBIs, and he's another great stealer. 5 for 5 on stolen bases this season. In minor league baseball, he attempted 42 steals and was successful 40 times.
So one to go 8 on top. Johnson, Levy, O'Savin. If you got some speed there, that'll be nice to have on the base paths. Johnson and O'Savin are the top 2 leaders in stolen bases. Let's pause here on the 50 West Brewing pregame show for our national anthem, sung by Chris Hedges. Take a listen. As you can tell, that was not singing. That was the blistering sound of the trumpet there from Chris Hedges. Great job on our national anthem.
I thought he was just doing that with his mouth.
That is like the from Key and Peele, that East-West Bowl when they had like, screeching
oh, the
sound.
jackhammer.
The jackhammer. Torque Lewis. We're ready for some Florence Y'alls baseball. Y'alls in their Darth Vader Star Wars themed jerseys. So they're about like blackish dark gray in their white pants with the red, white, and blue caps, and the Washington Wild Things in their red jerseys, gray pants, and looks like the black caps as well. I asked Chad Rhodes about wearing black, in the heat, and obviously not as hot here as it was, I think, in New Jersey, but still, he said they were breathable, and hopefully it's not a George Costanza situation with the cotton, and, how much Seinfeld have I brought up on the broadcast?
I mean, combined, it's got to take up half our material, right? It's Star Wars night. We're talking about Seinfeld. They talk about Star Trek more than they do Seinfeld. Star Wars on there.
Yeah.
Like when George can't cry about the passing. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched, even though you should have watched, for the passing of someone close to him. And then someone brings up, hell of a thing when Spock died, huh? Cries. By the way, Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, incredible movie.
Really? Did you just watch that on the break?
No, I'm what you might call a Trekkie.
Okay.
I still love Star Wars.
Yeah, there's that arcade game. Have you been able to take a
I
spin
have
on
not played the Star Trek Voyager arcade game. Why does that exist?
Yannick Villalobos sideways wide to first pitch. In there for a strike. Man, it feels good to have Yacker Tech back. Being able to see actual pitches come through. Being able to see the speeds on it. 0-1. Misses outside. First pitch at 7:07 p.m. Eastern Time here at Thomas More Stadium. Villalobos working quickly. Fires that one in there for a strike. 1-2 count. This is to Ethan Wilder in the righty's batter's box. It's Wilder, Caulfield, McNeely due up for the Wild Things. 1-2 pitch. Misses downstairs on a nice slider from Villalobos. Villalobos, the southpaw, enters today with a 2-5 record, a 4.81 ERA across 58 innings pitched. That's a team high. 55 strikeouts is a team high, and he's got 19 walks, so he doesn't walk a lot in many of his matchups. 2-2, fouled away over near the first base dugout. We'll do it again. Wilder, Caulfield, McNeely. The cleanup hit, as always, the big lefty, Andrew Check. Bat fifth, the center fielder, Brandon McElwain. In the sixth spot, the left fielder, Evan Berkey. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Robert Chayka. Called strike three, fastball the inside part of the plate on the 2-2. Villalobos picks up his first strikeout today. Backwards K. The start of this one, rounding out the lineup, will be the shortstop Carson Clowers and J.C. Santini at the bottom of the order. With one away, that'll bring up Tommy Caulfield, the first lefty that Villalobos will face.
I'm still getting used to the Y'alls on the third base side.
Yeah, first time this season. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1 count to Caulfield. Yeah, the Y'alls got into that clubhouse, which we've been waiting for quite some time. And that clubhouse is down the left field line, so it just makes sense for them to be in the third base dugout. 0-1. This is just outside. 89 miles per hour from Yannick Villalobos.
Well, it's like in hockey. In the second period, you put your bench on the far side of the goal. You don't want that. You want that the first and third.
1-1, swing and a miss. Nice off speed there again, 77 miles per hour from Villalobos. Great crowd here, Thomas More Stadium. Should be close to a sellout, I believe.
I don't see a great deal of empty seats.
Me neither. 1-2. Flares it towards the third base line. Out goes Brian Fuentes. Runs out of room. It's a foul ball. 1-2. We'll do it again. Villalobos out of Maracaibo, Venezuela. Coming off of a birthday just yesterday, July 11th, 1999. His birthday, so a very happy birthday to Yannick Villalobos, the southpaw. I would say that's probably provided the most consistency for Florence in the starting position as a pitcher this season. 1-2. Foul tip straight back. Sergio Gutierrez couldn't hang on to it.
I will say, I almost breathe a sigh of relief when I see Yannicker's name on the lineup card, because he's almost been assured solid innings,
yeah,
which has not been the case for everyone.
2. Swing and a miss on the off-speed, top of the zone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Villalobos to open up this frame. 2 away here at the top of the first.
I'm so glad that he struck him out after I said he had been good, and you can count on him.
Imagine he hit one deep right field.
Yeah, if I was about to have, what was it, Jenny Kavnar who got burned by saying, "Hey Siri, it's not your night."
It's not your night.
I didn't want that to happen to me.
Oh, and this is downstairs. You see, there's going to be a opening there. One of their broadcasters is leaving.
Oakland? Well,
in Oakland. And now Sacramento. 1-0. In there for strike. I don't know how appealing that will be to a lot of broadcasters, but I mean, to guys like me and you, we'll just take any job.
I'll throw my hat into the ring. You know, just apply. Major league job.
You got to assume that one's sent out towards center. Drop in for a base hit. Caleb McNeil, one of the best hitters for Washington. They have a carry kid in there as well. I think it's Chip Carey.
I know. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Well, there's the one in Double-A Los Angeles for the Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Probably good.
Either way, he was. I assume he was probably in a fill-in role this year, and he might, just be the candidate to jump into that spot, and then maybe the fill-in role's open. I'd just take that. You can take any role in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're playing in Sacramento, Oakland.
I'd be the rake they use to comb the field.
0-1. Misses downstairs. I wonder if that's a dirt field.
Sacramento, the River Cats, I believe so. It's a beautiful ballpark.
Yeah.
I will say, I've never been, but the pictures I've seen, I have a friend who works there almost every summer. It is magnificent.
1-1. Nice slider in there for a strike to the lefty, Andrew Chick. Yeah, no, I believe it is one of the best minor league parks. Right up there with the Woo Sox, Polar Park.
Polar Park is great, although I still miss Moore Stadium in Pawtucket.
Because you're right near that.
10-minute drive.
Yeah, 10-minute drive. 1-2. Bounces the dirt. Runner takes off. A delayed steal goes way into center field. Fielded by Blaze Osei, but no movement after that. So there's a stolen bag for Caleb McNeely. It was a wild throw from Sergio Gutierrez. Just good to see him back in the game. He had been hit by a ball in Game 1 of the series against New Jersey. It was just an awkward catch. He had gone away, going across his body, and just went a little too far. The ball had hit him more towards the wrist and in the bottom of his hand, just not protected by the glove. Nice spot on the outside part of the plate, but no good. Full count now to Andrew Chick. Either way, he had some swelling, seems to be better now and in good spirits, got a couple off days, and is obviously back into the line. With a runner on second, 2 away. Villalobos working from the stretch. The payoff pitch, grounded on the first base line, but foul. We'll do it again. And I was going to say, have you ever been to Dunkin' Donuts Park? That's the Yard Goats?
No, that is one of the minor league ballparks I've been told you really have to go to. So I'm a Massachusetts native, and I haven't been to Dunkin' Park.
Yeah, but it's not too far, at least from me in Hartford, only 40 minutes. I've been there for the Polar Park. I think it's a little bit older than the Polar Park, but it's a very good ballpark. I think for the first few years, go to the best minor league park across minor league baseball. That one misses outside, so a full count walk to Andrew Chick. Runners on first and second with 2 away for Brandon McElwain.
Well, you know what the correct name of Polar Park is? Polar Pack.
Polar Pack. You got outside Polar Pack.
I will say, well, I've never been to Dunkin' Donuts Field. The Dunkin' Donuts Center, now the Amica Center in Providence, Rhode Island, home of the Friars and Providence Bruins. That is a very mediocre arena, but I like it.
First pitch in there for a strike to Brandon McElwain. McElwain was making his Washington debut when we were playing him. Didn't do too much, but he's played in 8 games since, batting .333, .433 slugging, and .375 on base. So he's had some success since being picked up here by Washington in the 2 series since. Flies that one foul. 0-2 count on him. Villalobos already with 2 strikeouts in the inning, trying to strike out the side. But either way, he's got runners on first and second. It would be nice to get out of this one with a goose egg.
I wonder how it changes for him coming straight from Double-A with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies earlier this season to the Frontier League. Do you see the ball differently than other guys? Does it look slower?
We haven't really had players transition like that. We've seen, pitchers transition so far. Ryan Watson and Logan Campbell, I was checking in today. Logan Campbell is 1-1, but he hasn't allowed an earned run yet in the Arizona Complex League with Cincinnati. And then Ryan Watson was brought up to Dunedin with the Single-A Blue Jays. And he's hasn't earned a record there through his last outing, 5 2/3 innings. I think giving up like 2 runs. That one's grounded, bounced off the foot of Villalobos, picked up on the backhand from Fuentes, not in time. That'll go down as a single. Bases are loaded. Now with 2 outs. It started off with the first 2 strikeouts. That one's kind of just unfortunate. Bounced off the leg of Villalobos. Would have been an amazing play there from Fuentes, but it's not in time.
It was an amazing play, but yes, not in time. If that doesn't take the unlucky strike off of Yoniker's shoelaces, I think that's an easy 6 unassisted at second.
Yeah.
Thought Alberti Chavez was right on that ball until took that free count.
And if they didn't, technically, Villalobos could have been saving a run there. That trickles into the outfield if they weren't there. The world may never know.
Well, we'll see if Evan Berkey smacks one here.
Evan Berkey in the righty batter's box. Bases loaded 2 away. First pitch to him. Misses outside. Villalobos a lot of pitches in this one. Already at 27. That's what happens when you get a lot of strikeouts and then a full count walk to Andrew Chick. Battle there with McElwain just a little bit. 1-0. Sent down the right field line, foul near the kids' corner. Hey, we got the slide back up.
Oh, yeah.
The Florence Y'alls slide. Is that what you did during the break?
I mended him.
You were the one.
I took a needle and some thread and gave him stitches after he was fatally stabbed in the neck by a fence post.
1-1 in there for a strike right down Broadway. 92.3 out of the left hand of Villalobos. 1-2.
That is one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen. I was there when Y'all-Star died, but like...
Inflatable Y'all-Star.
But now it's his Force Ghost for Star Wars Night.
There's his Force Ghost.
Yes.
Here comes the 1-2. Fouls it straight back. You know what? I saw a funny tweet. I sometimes get like Star Wars tweets on my feed. I like Star Wars. And one was like at end of... What's the last one of the new Luke Skywalker called? Return of the Jedi?
The last of the original trilogy?
Yeah.
I think so.
Right, Return of the Jedi. Either way, swing and a miss, top of the zone. It was Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost being young, and then it was still like old Obi-Wan, and everyone was like, "Hey, Anakin, you know how to get a young Force Ghost?" Even then, Yannick Villalobos strikes out the side, strands the bases loaded as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the first. Florence Y'alls going up here on Y'all's Baseball Network.
Bottom of the first inning coming your way. No score yet between the Y'alls and the Wild Things. Bottom of the first brought to you by Central Bank. Central Bank was founded on the idea that banks can and should be pillars of their communities in good times and in bad. In everything we do, in every way we serve, we start with you. Rory, let's get started.
Let's get started. Sending out Blazo Saban, Alberti Chavez, and Brian Fuentes to lead off here in the bottom of the first. Blazo Saban fresh off a 3-for-5 day yesterday, including 4 stolen bases. That's the most by any Y'all in a single game this season. He's also, in a short time, has already become the Y'all stolen base leader this season with 18 swipe bags, a perfect 18 for 18. Grounds this one down the third base line, foul. That's something he does, you know, just gets slow rollers in the infield and beat it out. He's got blistering speed, and I've already coined the term burnin' Blazo Saban.
Well, what I really like about him is that all of his steals are of second base. He's not trying anything that's too risky. He knows he can score on a shallow single from second, so he's not taking any unnecessary gambles.
Yeah. And we mentioned it in the 50 West Brewing pregame show. Ed Johnson at the bottom of the order now with Justin Levy there as well. Could be some speed there, 8-9 top. We saw a Johnson and O'Saban double steal in New Jersey series. He fouls that one back 0-2. Not to mention that just O'Saban has been on fire at the plate, a .410 average in his 18 games started. He's already picked up 32 hits and 78 at-bats. He's been amazing for Florence. I don't think he's qualified yet to actually be the leader, so I still have Hank Zeisler at 327 as the leader, but he's right there. Check swing didn't go around on an off-speed that missed downstairs. That big hook from Di Valerio. 1-2. Di Valerio comes at you with a 5-pitch arsenal. Fastball, slider, splitter, changeup, curveball. Out of Berwick, Pennsylvania. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Blazo Saban yesterday, 3-for-5 with 3 RBIs, 4 runs scored, no walks, no strikeouts, and like I said, 4 stolen bases. He had a very good series against New Jersey. There comes a 2-2. Grounds it down the third base line, fielded by McNeely. Got to be a quick throw to first. It's in time. 5-3 on the out of O'Saban. There's one away for Alberti Chavez.
That is great, though. You see McNeely sort of shake his head in the middle of that play because he goes, oh, yeah, look who's running. I really have to hurry this. Any other time, you can sort of lob that ball, even if it's another fast guy. O'Saban is just that fast.
O'Saban's got blistering speed. Look at you, actually updating the most stolen bases in a game. Notes.
I know what I'm doing.
First time you've handled the game notes this season. How did it feel?
Pretty great.
First pitch, Chavez in there for a strike on the off feed.
How do you think I did?
I think you did good. I see Nothing wrong here. Vernon Blaze O'Save, he's got a 17-game on-base streak into this. So we'll be watching that throughout. 0-1 to Chavez. Misses inside. Chavez yesterday 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. No walks, no strikeouts. I'm interested. He's been bouncing around the lineup here. He's at the 2 spot today. We've really seen him a lot at the bottom of the order of late, but to start the season, he was the leadoff guy for quite some time. I really do think he's good contact bat at the bottom of the order, though. No Greg Massey in the lineup today. That's why he's up in the 2 spot. That one's in there for a strike. 2-2. Another man, Maracaibo Venezuela. Him and Yannicker Villalobos obviously knew each other. Chavez got a birthday coming up July 21st. How about that? Both out of Maracaibo Venezuela, both with birthdays in July. Both on the Florence Y'alls. That one is inside a full count.
Their birthdays aren't just in July, they're 10 days apart.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
A few years apart, though.
Few years, no doubt.
Alberti 95, Yannicker 99.
Yannicker's only 25. That one's sent up the middle through for a base hit. 1 out runner aboard for Florence. Alberti Chavez gets the first hit of the day for Florence. That brings up Brian Fuentes, the 3-hole hitter, another man out of Venezuela, Caracas, Venezuela. He's got a birthday in March, however.
But like Yannicker, also a 99 baby.
Yeah. Did you think Yannicker was older? Yannicker, he's just, obviously he's got a lot of time in the Marlins organization, but he got picked up at 16. So that's why it seems like he's a little bit older, but no, it's just been that he got picked up extremely young. First pitch in there for a strike. Right down the heart of the plate.
That is how it goes for a lot of international players. Alberti Chavez included. The Reds picked him up when he was very young as well. It's something that really nourishes leagues like the Frontier League because these guys get dropped, and they want somewhere to go, and they're still young enough that they're good.
Alberti Chavez, only 1 stolen base this year. Modestly, 2-2. 2-step lead. It's a 1-1 count. 1 away. Runner on first, Chavez. Fuentes at the plate. Fuentes had a very good day, or very good series against New Jersey. Just 1 for 4 yesterday, but 3 RBIs, a walk, and no strikeouts. Brian Fuentes picked up an RBI ground out. Leave that RBI walk and then an RBI single as well. Oh my gosh. The amount of cosplay we have going on here, I don't know if this is just fans coming through, but it's kind of absurd here on Star Wars night. We have so many characters dressed up. I just saw the blue guy who is like the new, or was like the villain of the Clone Wars. I forget his name.
The blue guy.
General or Admiral or
Truth be told, I've never seen the cartoon. I have, but I didn't like them.
Something with a V. And I'm honestly upset that I haven't seen. I never saw the cartoons either, but I watched the latest Ahsoka series. Now misses upstairs, a full count. But either way, he's painted blue. In this heat, that's amazing. We got Boba Fett down there. We got a snow trooper, a stormtrooper.
Maybe it's got a cooling effect. It's a cooler color. Maybe it sheds off rays.
That'd be nice. Could you put some on? Runner takes off. 3-2 pitches sent out towards right field. Cheek is going back, battling the sun. Chavez going to have to return. He's under it. 2 away.
No, I would not wear
believe.
blue paint.
I don't know.
Is it the guy with no nose? I know that's
Admiral Thrawn. Admiral Thrawn.
Am I right? Nose?
No, I like the one.
No, I know.
This guy got a nose.
Oh.
Right here, blue.
I'm thinking of a blue character that I also know the name of.
First pitch to Hank Zeisler. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
One I'm thinking of, he appears in The Mandalorian.
Blue guy in The Mandalorian.
He's like an outlaw.
Doesn't have a nose?
Got no nose.
Oh, that is a bounty hunter. We got a walker here. Look at that.
He tried to buy my car, actually.
How much was he offering? And you got a new car.
New to me.
New you.
The car itself is over a decade old. But
who had that first?
The car?
Yeah.
Friend. Family friend.
Family friend. There you go. 0-1. Bounces the dirt, gets away. On his way to second is Chavez. Oh my. On a sliding attempt from the catcher Santini. Ends up face planting into the ground and hitting the fence. 1-1. The Hank Zeisler in the lefty batter's box.
Yeah, that was not a pretty sight. It looked like he got stunted up on the lip of the turf between the brown turf that represents morning track and the blue turf better field. There is a small difference there, and I guess he got caught.
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane. That
yeah. Would have never ever.
Now that you say it, it sounds familiar. He shoots a guy with a V in his name.
Yes.
So that's who I was thinking of.
Yes. We got Princess Leia and Obi-Wan down there. A young Obi-Wan.
He's alive? I could have sworn I watched him die.
1-1. Hard hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Getting the wave around third is Chavez. He'll come in to score no throw. An RBI single for the All-Star Hank Zeisler. Y'all strike first, 1-0 here in the top of the bottom of the first. Oh, this feels good. Throwing out.
There are fans making some good catches.
Making good catches.
I'm seeing a few one-handed grabs for those T-shirts.
We got a packed house here at Thomas More Stadium. Look down the left field line. There's not a lot of empty seats. First pitch to TJ Reeves, skies it in foul territory down the first base line. Running out of room is Sheck. Ends up over near the bleachers. Just an 0-1 count to him.
Awkward thing I noticed there. Hank Zeisler started running for third. He wasn't looking at the ball. That could have very easily been caught, and he would have had no idea. And that could have been a dangerous situation. He's lucky that it went over the backstop rather than the netting.
Two-away runner on first for TJ Reeves. Here comes the 0-1. Sends it out towards center field. Well hit, but right at McElwain. And that will end the inning. Hank Zeisler brings in Alberti Chavez. Y'all strike first in the bottom of the first. We'll take a 1-0 lead into the top of the second here on Y'all's Baseball Network.
Top of the second inning coming your way. And our umpire intro brought to you by Republic Bank, one of Newsweek's best bets in America in 2024. Come see why it's just easier here at any of Republic Bank's ATMs in the tri-state area or the 5 locations right along the Ohio River. Behind the dish is Kevin Furman, the crew chief. First base is Parker Powell, and third, Noah Hobart. 1-0 Y'alls, top of the second.
Villalobos back out to work. They're striking out the side and stranded the bases loaded in his opening frame. Facing off against Robert Chayka, big swing and a miss. It's Chayka, Clowers, Santini, the 7-8-9 due up for Washington. Starts him off with a strike, working from a crooked stance in the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Miss downstairs, 1-1. Good umpire crew. Kevin Furman, Parker Powell, Noah Hobart. Definitely a different crew than the New Jersey series where we saw Freddie DeJesus toss 5 in a series that had 6 ejections. Evan Kerr had the other one. I think there's a sigh of relief from everyone in the Florence dugout not to be seeing Freddie DeJesus out there anymore. He would be ripped to shreds if he followed in the series. That one missed outside again, so 3-1 now to Robert Chayka. And I gotta say, Jesse, I think we also print stat packs the best out of any team.
Absolutely.
In the league. That one sent out towards right field. Drops in for a base hit. Leadoff runner aboard for Washington. Their third hit of the ball game. Brings up Carson Clowers.
I'm touched that you mentioned the stat packs because I put so much care and effort into those.
Yep.
I click print, and well, that's kind of it. But I try really hard.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone else has such a difficult time with just putting overall and situation for both teams, and it just comes out super weird. We do it the best. And we print double-sided. Just amazing. Just amazing stuff here in Florence. This big swing and a miss here from Carson Clowers. The shortstop, J.C. Santini, awaits on deck. That will round out that starting 9. Clowers at the plate. Enters with a 256 average. Over on first, a pickoff attempt. Nothing going. Robert Chika is over there. Chika, 7 for 11 on stolen base attempts. The leader is Tommy Caulfield. He's 19 for 23. Now misses outside, 1-1. So it looks like we're still dealing with the difficulty of Yakkertech actually locating the pitches, but at least we have the velo and the spin rate and all that good stuff. 1-1. This is downstairs, 2-1. Beautiful, beautiful day here in Florence, Kentucky. Feels great to be home. We got a 3-game series here against Washington, then the All-Star break. We'll head to 3 against Lake Erie. Swing and a miss there, 2-2. 3 against Lake Erie on the road, and then we have a 9-game homestand, and that is going to feel amazing.
I cannot wait for that. First of all, we're going to be here every day. It's going to feel so comfortable to be within our own walls. Second of all, we get a lot of great baseball in a short amount of time.
I agree. Season's going to fly by as the Y'alls try and scratch away at a playoff spot. That one sent towards right field. We'll send Johnson down the line. It drops in for a base hit and gets over the wall. Ground rule double. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. Back-to-back hits to start the top of the second.
That's the type of hit that just really hurts because Villalobos did everything right there. He forced a pop-up. It just said it landed in the wrong spot.
Matt Johnson out there doesn't have much experience this season playing in right field. He's bounced everywhere and obviously will have a great glove regardless, but just I think would have the least amount of experience at right field this season. This is his 3rd start. TJ Reeves has held it over there with 42, and Hank Zeisler with 7 starts. 1-0 count for J.C. Santini at the bottom of the order. Double play is not even fact. Y'all's up 1-0. But Washington threatening again. Already 4 hits allowed from Villalobos. 1-0. In there for a strike right down Broadway. 1-1.
I want Yannick to keep attacking. He's walked 1 batter, and it was on a full count on the 7th pitch, too. Keep attacking. Make them hit the ball.
1-1. Swing and miss.
Or make them miss the ball like that.
I mean, he's got a lot of swing and miss stuff today. Just see if he can put away. He's got 3 strikeouts. Obviously struck out the side. Beer batter of the game here, J.C. Santino. He's brought to you by Party Town, located at 6823 Burlington Pike. 1-2. Fouled away. Discounted beer if J.C. Santini strikes out today.
That'd be nice.
That's for the inning, so it's however many times he strikes out. You just keep getting it. It'd be nice to have.
This would be on number 1, too. So you got plenty of time to get in line.
1-2 pitch misses inside. 2-2. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. Here in the top half of the second inning, Y'alls up 1-0. Fans still coming in. I don't know if we have any more lightsabers. Should have a decent show, at least with the fireworks going on. I'm sure the lightsabers will be lit up. We'll be able to see that in the crowd. That'd be very cool. That one's fouled back. Still 2-2.
Can't wait for the fireworks show with all those. Just imagine all the lights off, and the only light you're getting besides us in the press box on our computer is writing post-game reports. Fireworks off in the distance and a lightsaber right in your hand.
And Star Wars music going on 2-2. That one sent down the first base line. You know, I don't know too many Star Wars songs that would be great for the actual firework theme of it. Like you get with a Mos Eisley Cantina.
Oh, of course you can. What are you talking about?
The Cantina scene? That's like so like low theme.
But they're bangers. Imperial March?
Yeah, that'd be great.
But the
2-2, fouled straight back.
The song played at the end of, well, episode 4, but the first movie, when they're getting their medals. I think that's a great one. And I know the newest movies aren't the greatest, but Rey's theme, all the music, John Williams does a fantastic job.
You think Hannah knows that? She's the one picking out the music.
She better know that.
I hope so. I hope she did her research. Got high expectations up here. 2-2. This is outside. 3-2, another full count. Yannick Villalobos, a lot of pitches already. Up near 50, right beneath it right now.
So I've got a weird distinction for you with the 7th movie and its music.
Payoff pitch, set in the air towards center field. Blazo saving tracking, but it drops in for a base hit. Getting the wave around third is Carson Clowers. It's a 2-run single. Washington takes a 2-1 lead here in the second. Still nobody out. Villalobos is not going to go long in this one. Now at 50 pitches. Just throw an inning of work. Nobody out here in the second.
Well, that's not ideal. But to continue. So the first time that the music for the 7th movie ever played.
First pitch sent high and deep towards right field. Johnson going back at the track. He leaps. Can't get there. 2-run shot. 4-1. 4 hits in a row here in the second. Washington explodes. I can't explain enough how pivotal it is to get the 7, 8, 9 batters out. All 3 of them have come in to score, all 3 of them with base hits. And now the top of the order, Ethan Wilder sends one to deep right field.
Well, I said I'd like to see Y'anniker attack, and he did. I think I got to get through this story because we'll start to tell it. That's when they scored 2 runs and then continued on the home run. So my dad is a musician, the Boston Pops. John Williams has conducted the Pops for decades. So the first time that the music for movie number 7 was played by live orchestra, not in the studio, what you hear in the movie, but by live orchestra, was my dad in the Boston Pops. First time anyone had played new Star Wars music for a live audience in decades.
How about that? First pitch here to Tommy Caulfield, misses downstairs. It is less than ideal here for Y'anniker Villalobos with a thin pen for Florence. Carter Porey, Alex Wagner, the only 2 names I could say would be fresh. 1-0, misses outside. Ross Thompson threw yesterday. Thompson ended up throwing just 7 pitches, so you could probably see him today. Terwilliger threw 17, Clement threw 28, and Williams threw 23. That one sent over towards center field. Blazo Savins back at the track, and it bounces off the wall. He can't get there. On his way to second, rounding, is Tommy Caulfield. He's going to get a stop set over at third. Triple, 5 hits in a row now, still nobody out. Villalobos is certain soft toss.
That pitch was 92 miles per hour. He's throwing his normal velocity, but the guy who normally locates his fastball better than anyone on the team is losing his touch here in the second inning.
92 miles per hour to 10.02 spin rate. Not a lot of deception on that.
No.
And that just can't be right.
Yeah, for a fastball, that's
ridiculous. But
our Yakkertech service is, it's gone through the ringer a couple times, and we've lost a couple facets, but we know velocity is reliable.
Yeah. Carl Craigie out to talk to him. It's been 5 hits in a row. Washington has come all the way back. They're up for 1. Threatening with no outs. A runner on third.
A new aspect of the Y'alls bullpen. Now you don't have relievers sitting in the bullpen. They're sitting in that short wall off just in foul territory down the left field line.
It's interesting.
So they do have to make a trip to go set to warm up, and nobody has even started stretching.
I don't think anyone's done that, though, from the opposing side. They've all sat out there. So I think maybe they're taking advantage of the fact that they're right outside the clubhouse and can just walk out there, put some benches, and have a great view of the game.
That is a good point.
I've never seen another team sit out there. It's a 0-1 count here to McNeely. Swinging a SO2. Infield pulled in.
You were seeing a team sit where the Y'alls pitchers are sitting?
Yeah.
Bro, you probably don't look down there too often then.
They always there?
Yeah.
Like I've always seen them in the pen.
Some of them.
0-2. Grounded. Over to the second baseman. Fielded. Throw to first is in time. No run comes home. That is the second baseman, Levy. It's the new guy. Haven't seen him at the dish yet, but he is the new addition for Florence today. 1 away with a runner on third. Infield still in. 4-3 on the put out of McNeely. Brings up Andrew Check.
How about that? Your first game, you get to wear the specialty Star Wars jersey.
Only a select few can. Now it's sent to deep left field. We'll send Hrustich back. Looks like he has room at the track. He leaps and makes the grab. Definitely deep enough for a sacrifice fly. They're saying he dropped it on the transition. Hrustich banging into the wall. Makes the snag. Well, it looks like he's good. 2 away, now a 5-1 ball game. Florence offense going to have their work cut out for him. Sacrifice fly for Andrew Check, base is clear. Hrustich does it again. And we're lucky he didn't have any of those plays in New Jersey. I mentioned in the podcast yesterday, the fences out there have 0 chain link behind them. So the way you see the signs out in left field, that is it in New Jersey. If you run to the sign, you're going straight through. 0-1. Fouled away.
What a ballpark. I'm sure it's a lovely football stadium. But why do they... I know it's historic for baseball.
Is it? I don't even know. I couldn't.
Yes, so...
Their museum's only open for an hour.
What is happening out there?
0-2 pitch misses outside. It's open from gates opening to first pitch. So it's open for literally an hour.
That is... stupid. I don't know other way to put it.
That was a check swing. Hits him, and he does go around. And that will end the inning. Yanniker Villalobos picks up his 4th strikeout on a weird way to end the inning on a swing that actually hit the batter, but that will end it. Washington moves across 5 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Y'all's down 5-1 here on Y'all's Baseball Network. Bottom of the 2nd here at Thomas More Stadium. Y'all's down 5-1 after a 5-run 2nd inning. Y'all struck first in the bottom of the 1st. And 2 hits with an RBI single from Hank Zeisler that brought in Alberti Chavez. Harust Gutierrez Johnson will come to the plate. Zade Richardson notably on the pine today. Richardson and Massey. Big swing and miss there from Harustich. Harustich had a great day yesterday. 3 for 5, 4 RBIs, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, including a 3-run shot. 0-1 pitch from DiValerio. Off speed in there for a strike. You give him the lead, he's a dangerous pitcher. No doubt about that. Florence couldn't really get anything across. Back in game 1 just last week, Florence ended up winning once Washington went to their pen. 0-2, misses out of the zone. 1-2. Harustich, Gutierrez, Johnson. Gutierrez and Johnson will be all-stars at the 2024 Frontier League All-Star Game Quebec next week. Here comes the 1-2. Sent in the air towards center field. Well hit. McElwain is going back. Plenty of room in front of the track. He's under it. 1 away.
Quebec City might be the best spot that they could have put the All-Star Game short of Florence, Kentucky, of course. But I've just heard that Quebec City in the summer is one of the nicest places around. And it helps that the Y'alls won their only series against the Capitals. So I'm way sweeter on Quebec City.
Gotta say, it's a great city, but it's just terrible wise for players in this league who are out of the country trying to get passports. Anyone down in Florence has a 22-hour bus ride if they don't fly. No bueno. 1-0. I'm complaining about the 10-hour bus drive we had yesterday. Imagine 22.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to go. Just hitch a ride on the bus. But 2 digits on a bus ride, maybe not.
Not fun. 2-0. Misses upstairs. Sergio Gutierrez in the lefty batter's box with a 3-0 count on him.
Although I shouldn't say that because I'm looking towards hockey season, and a lot of teams, they have teams in Texas that play teams in California.
Wow. 3-0. That'd be very cool, though. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. How do you get from place to place, Rory? Because you're not flying in minor league hockey.
You should just take your own anesthesia and just knock out. 3-1, fouled away, 3-2.
Just say, all right, broadcaster Jesse, we're here, and shake my arm. I'm just rolling out a window.
Just some knockout gas. Guys, I'm going under. Don't call.
Get there for puck drop. Just drooling out there. Just making random noises trying to describe the action.
It's that episode of Office where they bowl tranquilize Stanley.
Oh, my. That is one of the great episodes.
Payoff pitch. Misses inside. 1-out walk for Sergio Gutierrez. 1 away for Ed Johnson.
Yeah, that last season of The Office isn't the greatest, but that episode, what is it, AA Arm or something?
AA Arm. The assistant regional manager.
Yeah, that is a fantastic episode.
They have a lot of, I still like, every season of The Office, yeah.
It's just some are better than others.
No doubt. No doubt. Anything with Michael and it's phenomenal. And you just feel the energy go away.
Yeah.
Sergio Gutierrez, great jump, but did not fool Di Valerio. Caught between first and second in a pickoff attempt. They got him on the tag. He's wiped off the base path. I don't understand the call there. Gutierrez, 4 stolen bases this season. Now there's 2 away. Bases empty for Ed Johnson before a pitch is even thrown.
He tries that every now and then, and it's worked every time. That is the first time it has failed, where he just tries to catch him napping. I guess we were on the topic of Seinfeld earlier. I guess there he got caught between the moon and New York City.
Ed Johnson, 5-1 ball, 2 away, nobody on. Sends us down the left field. Line drops in for a base hit. Hindsight's 2020. It'd be nice to have Gutierrez on the base paths. Brings up Justin Levy, making his first at-bat for Florence in the 2024 season. Not his first professional at-bat. His first at-bat for Florence out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. 5'10", 205 pounds. The second baseman today is Florence Y'alls debut. 2 away, and Ed Johnson over at first with about a 2.5-step lead. First pitch misses outside. Justin Levy, L-A-V-E-Y. He is the player to be named later after the Ray Zuberer trade last year. Just getting him here middle of July. 1-0. Sky high right side of the infield. Andrew Check in foul territory. He's under it. And that will end the inning. We'll have to wait for his first Y'alls hit. We'll head to the top of the third. Good thing is, Teterboro trivia put up. Bad thing, Y'alls are down 5-1. We'll be right back here on Y'alls Baseball Network. Top of the third always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Top half of the third, Yannick Villalobos back out for his third inning of work. Y'alls trail 5-1. Villalobos already at 62 pitches. Going to be a long night for him unless he can get some quick outs. And the third inning always brings us Tetemer Trivia. Jesse, you've been 9 days without an in-person Tetemer Trivia. Just go through the emotional warfare that you had missing Tetemer Trivia in person.
You know, I talk about it, but it's really too difficult for me to describe. It was a dark time not having my Tetemer Trivia.
It was like being on the dark side here. That one is drilled high and forget about it. First pitch, ambush home run, 6-1 ball game. That was absolutely crushed from Evan Berkey. My, oh my. Villalobos struggling in this ball game. 5 strikeouts, but he has been hit around. 8 hits, 6 runs. Lined up for the loss right now in Florence on Star Wars night. Forget about it. Let's get to Tetemer Trivia. here on Y'all's Baseball Network. Always brought to you by the Roar Agency. The way it works, 10 trivia, I read a question, top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half of the third. You have the option to play along on Flow Baseball. You can head on over to Twitter, art9 or Florence_Y'alls. Catch the tweet there. The question is live. Just comment in the comment section. I'll shout you out on the broadcast. And if you're listening on YouTube, comment in the comment section there. That's our audio stream. Should be very easy to find that comment section as well. Explain them as 1-1. Here in the top half of the third, 6-1 Washington lead. Nobody out, bases empty. Villalobos back working from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. This is outside 2-1. Let's get to the question here. This is a fun one, and I had asked the managerial crew about this one, and it's going to be different than what we've had for past questions here, as I'm looking for technically 5 answers, but I would just be happy if you guys can name as many as you can. So none of the 5 members of the 40-40 Club, the Home Run and Stolen Base Club, are in the Hall of Fame. Can you name the 5 members? The 40-40 Club, home runs and stolen bases in the same season. That one sent out towards center field. O'Savin moved back with plenty of room for him. Splash into the brown leather, mitt one away.
Well, I'm pretty sure one is Eric Davis for the Reds, because I know in a 162-game span, not one season, he had nearly a 50-100 stretch. So 50 home runs and near, I think it was 49 home runs and something crazy like 98 steals. So I would think Eric Davis, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
98 steals in a season?
Well, in a 162-game stretch. So say from July of one year to July of the next.
Interesting.
So I'm going to guess him. I think maybe Dave Parker as well. Also not a Hall of Famer. I'm trying to think steroid era. Because Barry Bonds was fast on his own, but he stole a lot of bases while hitting all those home runs while on the juice.
1-1. This is outside. 2-1 here to the batter, Carson Clowers. One away, bases empty.
I think Jose Canseco was slower than lead. I don't know if Mark McGwire or Sammy Sosa had a whole lot of speed either.
2-1. Looks good, but misses downstairs. 3-1.
It's also active players, or recently retired players, who may not be in the Hall of Fame yet. I'll bet Mike Trout.
3-1. Grounded. First base sign picked up by Zeisler. Takes it himself. 3 unassisted. 2 away.
Might be Byron Buxton. Although I don't know if he's ever played a full season.
When he is, he's electric.
He is. I don't think Mookie Betts ever did it. I don't know if Bellinger was stealing bases during his rookie year when he hit 50. I'll bet Eugenio Suarez never stole that many.
It's popped up out of play. 0-1 count. And so, you know, I asked for 5. I'd be interested to see you guys get 4 or 3. You can pat yourself on the back just doing that. For Jesse, I need all 5 for him to say it's correct.
Wow. Pressure is on. I'm trying to think of older players who would have stolen more bases at the beginning of the live ball era.
0-1 fouled away.
And none of them are in the Hall of Fame.
None of them, yes, none of these players. There's only 5 members of the club. None of them are in the Hall of Fame.
Are you trying to pull a Tony Canigliaro on me or something? That'd be a good one.
0-2, hard hit through the left side of the infield. Nice piece there from J.C. Santini, his second hit of the game from the 9 spot. J.C. Santini entered with a .274 average.
I wonder if Darryl Strawberry ever did it. He was really strong for a few years there. I think I've solidified 3 of my 5 guesses. I'll throw in Mike Trout for 4.
So give me the solidified 4. That one misses downstairs, 1-0.
Eric Davis, Dave Parker, Darryl Strawberry, Mike Trout. That 5th. I don't think Hideki Matsui was ever that fast.
1-0. Fouled down the first base line.
This is a good one. This is a thinker. And I don't do that very well, so it's doubly hard.
I'm not trying to stump anyone. It is players you would know. The average baseball fan would know these players, so it's not like you have to reach back.
Well, who knows? Maybe this year Ellie De La Cruz will get in the conversation for it. He's already over 40 steals.
Is he?
Yeah, he's at 45.
My gosh.
He is unreal.
45 bags? Might be more than the Phillies combined.
It is more than a few teams combined. I've seen the stats.
That's crazy.
I was at the game on Tuesday. Well, the rate turned the incredible hitting prospects. Green almost hit for the cycle in his second game.
He's phenomenal. I could have told you that. I saw him in double last year. Crushed the Smokies. Runner take off. Ball bounces in the dirt. It's a walk either way. Second walk allowed by the Lobos. Runners on first and second with 2 away.
First of all, he hit a home run the night before that was nearly 450 feet. It was nearly 460. He hit another bomb of around that length. He triples and doubles. By last night, you've got all of Great American Ballpark through the rain chanting "slow," just so he can get the cycle on his last. But it was unreal to watch.
For pitch, Tommy Caulfield, this is downstairs. Oh, that's pretty cool that you're talking about Major League here. Ball won his home run.
Exactly.
Chattanooga County Park. He was dominant. And Blake Dunn, who I don't know if got into the early baseball yet, but he was great. Back over second one, but not in time. Shotzi had to pull it behind for 2.
And that's the third ball there. Yep. He'll have much easier time on that tag. This 180 trained him. Well, this is on love. Throw it instantly. So nothing really wrong there.
Good guess already.
So I'm 4 of my 5. I figure there isn't involved.
2-1, to center field. Blazo Saban lets it drop in front. Getting the wave around third is J.C. Santini. That'd be an RBI single for T. Caulfield. 7-1 ball game. We'd be out of teaser and a grab up. This is 2 outs after a leadoff and home run. Evan Burke.
I know the shallow ball and miss it. You let up a lot of run, but Blazo Saban gets a great bundle. And they'll probably pay out for it. It's a great day.
Once fouled away, this game down is it is because Felix Edwards.
Absolutely. I don't expect they got across the afternoon.
Yeah, Villalobos, I mean, he's fresh. I don't know how much sleep us. But 10 hours after him, Jersey pushes out to win fans in a ball game. It's not like you to save it for the night because they wanted fans, but no, they pressed them every game. Morning game, it's going to home, maybe quick. And you're looking at a better sleep instead of on the day of a game at night. So Villalobos up, second strike or 6 out. And we'll end 2 more runs to take 7-1 lead. We'll be back at the bottom of the third. Our Tatamer Trivia answers. So if you haven't guessed yet, make sure to get those in. Tatamer Trivia on Twitter. Our 9 We'll be back bottom half third inning. Bottom of the third here at Thomas More Stadium. The Y'alls have circled around in the order. They've put across 3 hits and 1 run. They trail 7-1 as we circle back to the top of the order. Blazo Saban, Alberti Chavez, and Brian Fuentes do up. Second time seeding Jordan D. Valerio today. Over 1, Blazo Saban ground out the third his last time out. Sideways wind up the first pitch to him. Curveball misses downstairs. 1-0 count. Would be nice to get Blazo Saban, but at this point in the game, it's 7-1. You're not just looking for small ball. You need a lot of hits in a row. You got to push across the lead and chip away. Florence Y'alls going to have to see some good pitching on their side. Have not got that yet from Villalobos. His night might be done. He's high up in the pitch count already through 3 innings. It looks like we see some action in the Y'alls pen.
I think I did see Carter Pori getting ready out there.
It's a 2-0 count here to Saban. That one runs upstairs. 3-0.
And I wonder how it changes your mindset at the plate for the batters. Because you know that you got time to overcome this lead, this deficit, but will the pitching staff give you the support back?
3-0 in there for a strike, 3-1.
Does it make you more urgent to hit home runs and try and erase it right now because it might get bigger?
It's not even a splash day, and that guy's got tarps off. First base line. Blazo Saban drills that one into left field. It drops in for a base hit. That'll extend his on-base streak now to 18. In every game he's started in this season, he has reached base. That one's a base hit. Starts off the Y'alls in the bottom half of the third inning.
And are you talking about the guy with the wrestling belt over his shoulder? I think he threw out the first pitch. I think that's part of his shtick.
Is it? I don't see him anymore. He's underneath the tarp now. Do you see the wrestling belt guy?
I don't know. This is... We got a lot going on.
First pitch in there for a strike to Alberti Chavez. I mean, we've seen tarps off before. There he is. Yeah, he's right down there. Now the third base line.
This guy's just everywhere. No, that's not the wrestling guy. This is just some guy who didn't feel like wearing a shirt.
Just a man with his shirt off. Not even on splash day. Runner takes off. It's O'Sabin. That one's fouled away. Now with 2 strikes, Blaze O'Sabin would have been in there easy. Wouldn't have minded Alberti Chavez taking that.
In a line about Cool Pop Bell, I think it applies to Blaze O'Sabin. Here, turn off the light. He'd be in bed before it got dark.
That's great. Cool Papa Bell.
I was going to say him for your Tetemer trivia, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And I don't think he ever hit 40 home runs.
I don't know what's going on down the first base line. They just motion down there. It's like packed with kids, and there's an intern standing up on the wall. I think just trying to corral the kids.
Well, the kids' run is coming up.
I don't know if they pause for that or what. Long hold, 0-2 pitch. Called. Strike 3. Inside part of the plate. Alberti Chavez hovering over. 1 away now for Brian Fuentes.
So are we going to get the answer to the Tetemer trivia? Do you want my final guess?
You get it with 2 outs. You get it with 2 outs. I will start reading guesses. You give me your final guess, yes.
Okay. So the 4 players out of the 5 that I came up with before the inning broke: Eric Davis, Gerald Strawberry, Dave Parker, Mike Trout. And I'm going to throw Mookie Betts into that mix because I'm pretty sure he's hit 40 home runs, and I'm pretty sure he's fast enough to take 40 steals.
Okay.
I feel like I would have remembered it had it happened with the Red Sox, but he's an MVP candidate every year with the Dodgers. Unfortunately, for my taste, being a Red Sox fan. But
0-1
I will
count
go Mookie as my 5th.
with 1 away. We got Gregory Burton and Rich Tetemer chime in. This is outside 1-1. Gregory Burton was the bus driver last year for Florence. He says Jose Canseco, Barry Bonds, A-Rod, Alfonso Soriano.
Oh, yeah, how did I not bet Barry Bonds? He's not in the Hall of Fame. I'm changing Mookie to Bonds.
Okay. And he said he can't think of a fifth. So Canseco, Bonds, A-Rod, Soriano. 3 steroid users there. And then Soriano, I couldn't think of the 5th. 1-1 to Fuentes in there for a strike. My dad said A-Rod, Acuna, Soriano, and Canseco. So he didn't say Barry Bonds.
Oh, Acuna is probably correct. I'm not going to make the switch there. I made the switch to Barry Bonds because I mentioned him in the last half inning, so I feel like I've earned that.
Yep.
I'm also giving people free material for their guesses.
Misses downstairs. 2-2 count to Brian Fuentes. So with the double play ball in effect here, I'll say you, if you didn't put in Barry Bonds, would have been 0 for 5.
Really?
Yes, you would have been 0 for 5. I want you to look up Eric Davis' stats, see if he ever actually did that. He's not in the 40-40 club, but I'm interested to see what he got if he was 98 stolen bases. How many of those did he have in one season? O'Sabin takes off. That one's sent towards center field. With 1 away, O'Sabin's going to have to retreat back. McElwain's under it. 2 away now.
So that 162 game span from June 11th, 1986 to July 4th, 1987, batted .308, 47 home runs, and 98 stolen bases.
Yeah.
So Eric Davis, Reds legend, by the way, takes a lot for a great player to wear 44, which is Ellie De La Cruz's number, and he's got the same skill set. But let's see, 40-40 for Eric Davis. He had more than 50 steals plenty of times, but he never got to the 40 home run mark. 37 and 34 were the closest.
Long hold, the runner on first, O'Sabin. Now misses outside to Hank Zeisler. So now we got 2 outs, and I'm very proud of the group we got going. And Coach O'Sabin comes in. He goes locking in Canseco, Davis, Barry Bonds, and then guesses Davis Winfield or Dave Winfield and Tatis Jr.
Well, Dave Winfield's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That one's grounded first base side. Andrew Check with a nice sliding play ends it. So we pieced it together with Gregory Burton and Rich Tetemer. It is A-Rod, Acuna, Soriano, Barry Bonds, and Jose Canseco.
Wow.
That is the members of the 40-40 club. Jose Canseco did it first in 1988. Bonds in 96, A-Rod in 98, Alfonso Soriano 2006, Ronald Acuna Jr. 41 home runs, 73 stolen bases just last season. Y'alls trail 7-1. We'll be back here in the top of the 4th. Jesse Cook on the play-by-play when we return here on Y'all Baseball Network.
Top of the fourth inning coming your way, and it's time for the Kids Run, brought to you by Once Upon a Child. Once Upon a Child provides a sustainable and convenient way to buy and sell gently used kids' clothes, shoes, and toys. Visit the Florence location at 7941 Mall Road today. Y'alls were up at one point, but they trail 7-1 entering the top of the fourth. It's Star Wars night here at Thomas More Stadium, so the Y'alls are clad in black Darth Vader vest jerseys. They do have sleeves. They've got the Darth Vader buttons on the front, along with the grate where you would hear his heavy breathing. Also wearing white pants. On the other side, the Washington Wild Things, who are not only on top in this game, but on top of the Western Conference at a 35-18 record, are wearing red sweaters and gray pants. The Y'alls are 7 games below 500, 23-30, product of a rough road stretch, which feels like it's carrying over into today. The Y'alls went out to Washington for 3 games, then New York, then New Jersey, making 9 games, 10 days on the road. They got back late this morning without really any sleep. They skipped batting practice today to get some extra rest. Yannick Villalobos still on the hill. He has struggled. He has allowed already 10 hits, 7 runs. Dealing to the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Andrew Check, Brandon McElwain, and Evan Berkey. Lefty-left matchup with Check, and he has an RBI on a sac fly as well as a walk. Villalobos takes a moment on the rubber to readjust his cap. Home plate umpire Kevin Furman tells everyone it's time to play ball. First pitch on the way from the windup. Fastball high and outside for ball 1. Villalobos, who started the game in the mid-90s, dropping that one down to 84. Here he goes again, high leg kick, the pitch. Another fastball outside, but this one catches the upper left corner for strike 1. A 1-1 count. We just had our Tetimer trivia, but there's always a second chance with the Cook Quiz. 1-1 from the windup. Curveball in the dirt. And the Cook Quiz brought to you by Ragin' Cajun. Ragin' Cajun is partnering with the Y'alls to bring their Y'all-purpose seasoning to the Cincinnati area. Real Louisiana flavor without the heat. This is the seasoning for all y'all to eat. 2-1 from the windup. Fastball at the knees. 2-2 count. So the Tetimer trivia was an interesting one. The 5 members of the 40-40 club, none of them are in the Hall of Fame. Who are they? 2-2. Here he goes. Swinging a pop fly foul over the stop. And Rory, I'm going to need you to correct me if I'm amiss here. But the 5 members of the 40-40 club were Alfonso Soriano, Barry Bonds, Ronald Acuna Jr., Jose Canseco, 2-2, sent to the backstop again. And who was the 5th?
It was Canseco, Bonds, Soriano, Ronald Acuna Jr., and A-Rod.
Oh, and Alex Rodriguez. He's been a lot of our quiz answers. 2 from the windup, swinging a spiraling foul to the backstop again. That's 3 straight. 2-strike foul balls fended off by Andrew Check. Today's Cook Quiz takes us to a less statistical category. What is only American national park with a professional baseball stadium? 2-2 again. Swinging, guess what? Another foul ball off the left side, too.
National Park, a professional baseball stadium.
There is only one.
You're talking like Yellowstone? Like that's like a national park?
A national park. And I'm sure many have baseball fields. 2-2. Check swing. Does he bite? No, he doesn't. High and inside. Called ball 3. I'm sure many have baseball fields, but only one has a professional baseball stadium.
It's a professional ballpark, not MLB, obviously.
3-2. The pitch bounces. Andrew Check works a 10-pitch walk to lead off the top of the 4th inning. That does not help for Yannick Villalobos, who already was high in his pitch count. He entered 89 pitches in. That puts him at 99. We are just in the 4th inning. Here comes Brandon McElwain. He's 1 for 2 with an infield knock in the 1st inning. He struck out last time up in the 2nd. The pitch to the right. Backdoor curve flies outside and high. McElwain brings a 2-sport mentality. He played college football while playing college baseball. 1-0, sent high into right field. Back goes Johnson towards the warning track. He leaps and nabs it against the fence. Runner held up at first, but Check jogs in without a throw. Ed Johnson goes airborne into the fence, right up against the visiting bullpen. Now there's one away with a runner on first for Evan Berkey, who sent a home run that way last time up. I'll bet McElwain threw a few passes at forced catches like that, playing at Cal, also South Carolina. First pitch to the righty, Berkey bounces off the plate.
A couple good plays each from the corner outfielders. So Rustich with one, now Johnson.
And Johnson, we talked about a little earlier, this is not exactly him playing in position. He's been all over the field and done a good job wherever. He doesn't normally step in right. 1-0, swinging the tapper down the third base line and foul. Normally we'd see T.J. Reeves out there, but he's getting a rest just as the designated hitter for this game. And Reeves has an unmatched bat. No one has as many home runs as him in the Frontier League. 13 leads all hitters. That's part of what's sending him to the All-Star game. Ed Johnson has been very consistent with the bat and the glove. He's going to the All-Star game. 6 players, actually 7 if you count Craig Massey. 1-1. Front door curve falls for strike. While Massey plays for the Y'alls, he is the player coach, and he is being sent off as a coach because the Y'alls have been in the top 3 in batting average in the league for the last month and a half. 1-2. Villalobos comes set out of the stretch. He fires high and outside. It's a 7-1 Wild Things lead in the top of the 4th inning. Runner on first, 1 away. Lefty on the bump, righty at the dish in Evan Berkey, who went long for a leadoff home run to start the 3rd. Villalobos, here he goes. Swing and a miss, he golfs. 2 away after that. Villalobos catches him downstairs with the curveball. That's 7 strikeouts on the game for the southpaw, who celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, you're trying to squeeze what you can out of Villalobos. Obviously, he's not going to go long this game. You're going to try and get him through 4. If he's not able to get through the 4th, it's going to be his smallest start this year, the shortest start this year in 2024. He's gone 4 innings. That's his shortest start.
Here's Robert Chayka, first pitch to the righty, fastball outside. And really, it doesn't sound too unfamiliar because last time that Y'anniker pitched was a week ago, and he couldn't make it out of the 5th.
Yeah, he did get hit around.
1-0 from the stretch. Swinging a pop fly straight up to the right of first base. Backing up his Zeisler in fair ground. He looks up and makes the grab. Andrew Check boards on a walk, but after that it's 1-2-3. We move on to the bottom of the 4th. Y'all still trailing by 6, but they've got their 5, 6, 7 hitters due up after a quick break. And we'll get the answer to that Cook quiz. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 4th inning coming your way from Thomas More Stadium. Light blue skies overhead with a hint of pink shading over from left field. Y'alls could use a little brightness. They're down 7-1 to the Washington Wild Things. Washington in first place in the Western Conference with a 35-18 record. The Y'alls, let's just say a little bit behind. They're 7 games under 500, 23-30. They've got their 5, 6, 7 hitters due up against the righty Jordan DiValerio in his 4th inning of work. Jay Reeves, Stephen Hrusich, and Sergio Gutierrez, a couple righties and a switch hitter. We'll also get the answer to that Cook quiz presented by Ragin' Cajun in this inning. Ragin' Cajun is partnering with the Y'alls to bring their all-purpose seasoning to the Cincinnati area, the seasoning for all y'all to eat. Righty-righty matchup. DiValerio on the right side of the rubber. Curves in, fires. Front door curveball falls a little too low to T.J. Reeves. Ball 1. Last time, T.J. sent the ball a decent distance. It was straight at center fielder Brandon McElwain. That ended the 1st inning. 1-0, DiValerio swivels in and fires. That pitch misses low and outside, 2-0 count. So again, the Cook quiz. The question was, what is the only American national park with a professional baseball stadium? 2-0, DiValerio sets the pitch. Swinging a chopper out to third, stabbed off the webbing, but McNeely can't hold on, and the ball trickles into the outfield. T.J. Reeves is aboard with a base hit. 1 on, nobody out. Y'alls down 7-1. Stephen Hrusich coming to the plate. He launched a 3-run homer last night in that marathon, nearly 4-hour, 17-15 win out in Jersey. Today he's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Reeves hanging off of first base by a tight 2-step lead. Rustich crowding the plate at the back of the ready box. DiValerio cocks his head down, stares at his catcher and deals. That bounces low and outside, ball 1.
So Cook Quiz, I don't know if you're trying to trick me here. Smoky Stadium is, I don't know if they're saying it's exactly in the Smoky Mountains. I hate calling the mountains, I hate calling all mountains just a part of a national park, but Smoky Mountains, so I'll say Smoky Stadium, the Smoky Mountains, whatever you're looking for there. I don't know if it's actually in the park there. And then I was thinking of Appalachian as well, with Boone Bigfoots playing the CPL, and then Appalachian State would just be a semi-pro team for college. Anything else? I was originally thinking West Coast until I thought of those two teams.
What were you thinking, like Cascades?
Maybe the Grand Canyon has something, which would be sweet.
Can you imagine a baseball field in the Grand Canyon, or better yet, overlooking? Home run balls fall in the canyon?
Well, I always use,
first pitch to Rustich, rather second pitch, he swings and misses.
in my creative team in MLB The Show, I always use, like, it's like Red Canyon or something.
Oh, the minor league parks?
Yeah. And I always use
That'd
that
be
one.
sweet.
I love that.
Up Denali, can you imagine?
Yeah.
In the summer in Alaska. 1-1, DiValerio stares at first. The side's on home. The pitch, swing and a pop fly down the first base line, and very far foul, hanging off into the kid zone. Actually banging off the front step of the party patio down the right field line. I mean, have you ever been to a national park? I'm assuming since you were with the Smokies last year, you had to go.
I've been to the Smoky Mountains, but I've never walked around too many national parks, I would say. I really couldn't think.
To my knowledge, I have been to one, and it's an alley. Because last year I was in the Alaska League with the Madsen Miners.
Yeah.
And I actually asked this question as, well, it wasn't called the Cook Quiz back then. It was the Pickaxe Pickle.
Wow.
DiValerio sets, throws over to first. Reeves is back in with a dive. Still a 1-2 count for Rustich. Nobody out. Runner on first is TJ Reeves. 7-1 Washington. And I asked us the Pickaxe Pickle, but it's the only national park with a professional baseball stadium. The game after my broadcast partner and I made the trip to Denali. That one's set in the center field. McElwain tracks back toward the warning track. He's got plenty of time and makes a one-handed grab. Reeves retreats to first, and there's one away with one on for Sergio Gutierrez. He walked his last time up on a full count, but got caught. I guess he wasn't officially caught stealing. It was more of a pickoff. But he tries this delayed steal, where he tries to catch the pitcher napping, and took off for second while DiValerio was still in his hands. And the right-hander caught him. Got him into a pickle and eventually got him out. He bats from the left side. Gutierrez, the switch hitter. DiValerio, peer in and deals. Change-up blown away, called a strike. Now, Rory, I will say you have been to a national park, and I know this. Would you like the answer to the Cook Quiz? Do you have an official guess?
I've been to this park that you're saying?
That is, I am sure of it. 0-1. Jackson swing, doesn't bite on the curveball in the dirt. Do you want to pose an official guess?
It's not Smoky Mountain.
I can't say what it is.
My official guess is Smoky Mountains.
That ballpark is not within the grounds of the national park. The national park is Patterson Great Falls National Park in Patterson, New Jersey, with Hinchcliffe Stadium, home of the New Jersey Generals. Gutierrez sends that one off foul. So you were there yesterday.
But you said professional baseball field. That's not a baseball field, it's a football field.
They play professional baseball.
Is that on the grounds of the waterfall there?
I don't know if it's in the water. That'd be very odd if it was in the waterfall.
I didn't see the waterfall.
But it is within the grounds of the national park. And Hinchcliffe Stadium is a historic baseball field. For decades, Negro League teams played there. A lot of great baseball played there.
I feel sorry for those people.
None of it last night by the Jackals. 1-2. DiValerio comes set. Glove at his belt. Kick high and fires. Swing and a miss. Gutierrez goes down by way of K, and there are two out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 7-1 Washington. Runner on first. And here comes Ed Jensen. He rifled a single last time up.
Yeah, Y'alls just aren't piecing hits together. They've got a hit in every inning they've been in, but are not piecing them together. Need a lot better, familiarity with the team there. You got to start chipping away. You're down 7-1. It's time to knock DiValerio out. Don't want to let him go too long in this game.
First pitch to Johnson, runs way outside low. Solid work from J.C. Santini behind the dish. Dive on that ball and stop it from getting by. 1-0, but you know that there was a national park around there?
I knew there was the waterfall. You know what, Jesse? I had zero interest in going anywhere around that just horrendous place. It was just a miserable time.
Well, it helps that the Y'alls won the last game, although not sweeping the last place team does hurt. 1-0, swing and a foul tip to the catcher's mitt, or rather a last place team. They're near the bottom, alongside the New England Knockouts, the expansion team, which I'm sure you're much more fond of that stadium because it's much closer to our homes in our respective areas of Massachusetts.
When I played there, that would have been a lot of fun.
Campanelli. 1-1, check swing. Johnson pulled around. Chased a pitch in the dirt. Campanelli Stadium, home of the Brockton Rocks for many years. They still play there. Amateur, semi-pro ball, but now the New England Knockouts. They wear those light pink jerseys as their home regulars.
They got like baby blue and yellow as well.
Interesting color scheme. 1-2 from the stretch. Swing and miss. And a mirror image at the top of the fourth. The Y'alls put a runner on, but can't move him anywhere. Going 1-2-3 after that. 7-1 Washington. We move on to the top of the fifth inning here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network. Taking back to Thomas More Stadium for the top of the fifth inning. 7-1 Washington score, and we have a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change as Alex Wagner replaces Yannicker Villalobos. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's is always fresh and never frozen. Villalobos struck out 7 batters, but he allowed 7 runs on 10 hits and 4 innings of work. Wagner comes in to face the 8-9-1 segment. Carson Powers batting from the right side. Righty deals to righty. First pitch is in there for a strike. Wagner enters the game, 18 innings under his belt, a .350 earned run average, and a very good whip of .94. I'm honestly surprised he's not an all-star. 0-1, he fires. Misses up high. And it felt like the pitching selections are a little sparse for the All-Star team. The Y'alls' only pitcher going to the All-Star game is Ben Terwilliger. Deservedly so. But Wagner has been great.
Yeah, he's been hit around his last few times out.
1-1, check swing on the curveball low and away. Called a strike regardless of where the bat ended up.
I think he just hasn't played enough. I think that's probably why.
The last time out, he allowed 1 unearned run across 2 innings, 2 hits. But it's that game in New York against the Boulders where he went an inning and a third, and allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. That probably sticks out most. 1-2, he kicks. That ball misses low and outside. Clowers in this one started off well. Doubled to right field first time. Now Taylor out at first after that. Infield is equidistant. 2-2. Swinging a fly ball to shallow center field. Saban chases in from set. He reaches up and misses one of his teams. Harding after that ball. Johnson from right. Chavez from short. Justin Levy coming in second. Saban makes it down on the shallow fly ball. J.C. Sentini comes up to the plate. It's been impossible so far. 2 runs in the first time up and more than another after that. Righty-righty matchup again. First pitch from the stretch. Checks his swing. Curveball called a strike. Wagner pitched against Washington in the middle of that road series at the beginning of the month. The beginning of that road stretch. 0-1. Fastball misses above belt. 1-1 count. And in that game, he also got hit around there. 2 innings, 2 hits, but he allowed 3 runs. Also walking a batter then. 1-1. Misses low and outside. Well, remember that home stretch before then. Wagner was really solid. He had a 2-inning save to help the Y'alls in that really successful 13 games in 13 days stretch. 2-1, popped over the backstop, foul. do you get burnout as a pitcher when you're coming out of the bullpen and you're not used a whole lot when you're recovering from injury at the beginning of the year, and now you're sort of used every other day? Did that ever happen to you, Rory?
I was never injured. I had a rubber arm roar. Is what
Wow.
they called me. I didn't have to deal with that too much. I always wanted the ball.
2-2. Changeup blown away. Just barely misses the zone. By the way, this is your beer batter of the game presented by Party Down. So if Santini strikes out, that means everyone here gets half price on beer. Full count. Wagner from the stretch, swinging a foul tip to the backstop. Getting half price on beer help you recover from any of those injuries if you had them?
I'm sure.
We also have a packed house. We don't have the official attendance yet. People are still trickling through the doors in the top of the 5th inning. But we're expecting more than 3,000 here for Star Wars night. 3-2. Swinging another foul tip to the backstop. But there are a lot of fans, a lot of kids, but a lot of parents with them who I'm sure would love to get some cheaper drinks out here.
No doubt. I personally would as well.
Well, let's see if you can get it. Full count from the stretch. Door curve called. Strike 3. And Alex Wagner gives the people their beer. 2-away. Nobody on for the top of the order here in the top of the 5th. Still 7 Washington. Maybe with a deficit like this, beer is more of a necessity than a luxury for these people.
Got fireworks coming up. Got a lot of game to be played, but yeah, discounted beer would definitely go good with all of those. Sun's down. It's starting to cool off.
First pitch to Ethan Wilder. Another curve up high. Called a strike. Take that up here. We were talking in the break. You know those little bottles that hamsters have. 0-1, swing and a miss. You know, in the gerbil cage or guinea pigs go up to. Just fill that with like our bourbon slushes. And whenever the Y'alls are down big, which hopefully is not a lot, then we have a way of just dealing with it.
Gerbil race, yeah. You'd sponsor it.
Oh, yeah. 0-2. That bounces.
Sponsor it by that Red Dog place. What's it called?
Red Dog Resort and an animal spa?
An animal spa.
Yeah, they donate to the Y'alls.
I'm sure they
I think it's a trade.
For gerbils.
That would work. Infield back base is empty. The 1-2 to end the inning. Door curve misses over the shoelaces.
Well, the Y'alls are losing. Let's send it up to the press box for our gerbil race, where the Y'alls are starting to get drunk.
It's a great idea. 2-2. Swing another foul ball off to the right side. Took a couple tries on 2 strikes to retire Santini. Ethan Wilder at the top of the order, trying to cause a bit of a more raucous ruckus. He's 1 for 2. He nabbed that 2-run homer in the second. Wagner, glove at the shoulders. Kicks high and fires. Fastball on away, called strike 3. Wild things go down in order. Wagner nabs back-to-back Ks in his first inning out of the bullpen. And the Y'alls, though dead by 6, have somewhat of a kickstart going into the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-1-2 due up, and Justin Lady, Blazo Sabin, and Alberti Chavez right here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network. Bottom of the 5th inning coming your way, and the lights are on here at Thomas Sports Stadium. This call for the lights is brought to you by Edgewood Electric. From the beginning, Edgewood has been dedicated to leading the electrical, data, and telephone industries. Reach out at edgewoodusa.com or call 888-560-6656 and see how Edgewood Electric commits to a customer-first attitude. Y'alls trying to get their first man on board this inning would be the first Frontier League hit for Justin Levy. Joined the team today. He was acquired in a trade that was completed in the offseason, but it was sending Ray Zuber, a pitcher for the Y'alls last year, away to the Lake Country Dockhounds of the American Association for a player to be named later, and today they named him. Levy batting from the right side against Jordan DiValerio, top of the order on deck. The first pitch, he swings and rifles it down the left field line, but just foul. Levy's 0 for 1 so far. He popped out to first base at the beginning of the game in the second inning. Levy was drafted out of high school by the White Sox in 2016, but elected to go to college at Louisville, 2 hours down the road from us here in northern Kentucky. 0-1. Hanging curveball, he swings and tails into the left field on the ground. That was into the corner. Levy rounds first. He's chugging for 2. Relay to the infield. He slides and he's in. First Y'alls hit for Justin Levy, and it's a leadoff double.
Don't think he knows the celebrations yet, but he'll get there.
Don't need to know him. All you got to do is get the big hits, then you can figure out how to celebrate after that. But welcome to the Y'alls. Justin Levy aboard. He was signed by the Mariners in 2020 in that awkward year where they had a 5-round draft, but undrafted players who were eligible could be signed for $20,000, and the Mariners got him. Spent a few years in AAA, played one, in minor baseball, played one AAA game. Went 1 for 2 then. Here's Blaze Sabin, top of the order. First pitch to the righty. He swings and pops it down the right field line and foul. But after Levy was released from the Mariners organization last year, he signed straight away with the Dockhounds. Kept warm, kept playing. And I guess 2 at-bats in, the Y'alls are lucky to have their player named later. Named today. 0-1, righty-righty matchup. DiValerio from the stretch, swing and a pop fly down the right field line again. This one also out of play. But I walked through the clubhouse this morning, and everyone's still getting their bearings down there because it's a brand new clubhouse. The Y'alls moved in today to that clubhouse, and I said hello to the first person I saw, and I recognized most of the players, but I expected that since the Y'alls had added a player in Drew Holderbach during the road stretch, that was who I was talking to. But Holderbach had been released, and Levy had been signed in his place. So unwittingly, I had introduced myself to Justin Levy. 0-2, the pitch, he swings and tails it to the backstop.
Yeah, I haven't even traveled down there yet.
It's beautiful.
Oh, no, I've been down there, but I haven't been down there today, so I get to see Levy.
Well, I mean, with the players in there and it's still being air-conditioned, you know how the scent of the old locker room would carry through that building?
I'll take some hacks tomorrow.
Hasn't happened yet. Taking some swings. Now, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Infield back, runner on second. The 0-2 is swing. A line drive up the middle, tips off of Clower's glove to center. Levy jogs into third base and holds after the close call, but Blaze Sabin is aboard with his second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3.
And he's going to have a chance to steal second, put runners in scoring position here for Alberti Chavez. Interested to see at what point he does it.
Well, Sabin ran a couple times during Chavez's strike at bat third, but Blaze has not been caught. He's 18 for 18 on stolen bases. 4 of those coming last night. A ridiculous game on all accounts, but O'Sabin, one of the many positives. Mound visit coming here for Washington, and it looks like the trainer is taking a trip out there to talk to Clowers. And mound visit, head coach Tom Vaith and team trainer Haley Drollinger are out at shortstop chatting with Clowers, who took the nasty end of that dive.
Yeah, sometimes you land on your shoulder wrong. Think of it, you lay on your shoulder wrong while sleeping, you get it hurt a little bit. That's definitely probably what he's dealing with there. Diving to his left glove side, but it was handed on that arm wrong.
Carson Clowers, it's his second year in Washington. They signed him to an extension in November. He did 4 years of college ball, a couple at Stephen F. Austin, one at Shelton State, and then at Delta State in Northwest Mississippi. Also had a JUCO year, and that was what Shelton State was, in Tuscaloosa. So he was there around the same time that today's right fielder for the Y'alls, Ed Johnson, was there when he played for Bama. Looks like he's staying in the game. Clowers hanging out there at short. Dangles his right arm a little lower than his left. Starts to feel it up, but he's all set. Alberti Chavez coming in. Nobody out, runners on the corner. 7-1 Washington. Here in the bottom of the 5th, DiValerio, glove at his chest, takes a heavy breath. And a closed up stance, Piers at first. High and deals, runner off for a second, swinging a deep shot to left field. Trailing back towards the scoreboard. That ball is up, and it's off the foot of the wall. Levy scores from third. Sabin races into third, and Chavez is into second with an RBI double.
Second hit of the ball game, a big one. I thought that might have had a chance to deep left center field.
It almost went out. And out to 7-2. Washington lead, and the Y'alls have 2 men in scoring position with nobody out for the 3-hitter and Brian Fuentes. And he's headed to the All-Star game, so he's got some confidence running into this one. One of 6 Y'alls going as a player. Also joined by Hank Zeisler, who's on deck. TJ Reeves, who's after him. Ed Johnson, today's right fielder. Sergio Gutierrez, the catcher. Also Ben Terwilliger, who came on in relief yesterday. And Craig Massey, who also plays as a player coach, is going as a hitting coach. So 6 players, 1 coach headed to the All-Star game in Quebec City. Righty matchup for Brian Fuentes. First pitch. Watches the change-up below the knees. Ball 1. Runners on second and third, a 5-run Washington lead now after Chavez's RBI double. From the stretch, that bounces, and Santini is sent sprawling to his right to collect that one. By the way, J.C. Santini has done a fantastic job dealing with what for a lot of other catchers would be a very wild Jordan Valerio.
Well, he's got an interesting mask. The actual bracket of the mask, it's like above that hockey mask. Like it actually extends above his forehead. Just take a look at it when you can. It's hard to describe.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
The great comes up there and on the crown. 2-0. Di Valerio on the first base side. Shrugs his shoulders and deals. Swing and a miss. Fuentes with a hefty cut there. Brian Fuentes coming up with runners in scoring position, and normally a magic combo for the Y'alls. He's batting .333 when there's a runner on second or third with 30 RBIs. Also 5 extra base hits, 3 of those home runs, 2 and 3-run shots. He's got an opportunity for another one here if he can pull muscle for it. 2-1. Another hefty swing, and he just ticks it to the backstop. 2-2. Brian Fuentes is one of the biggest fun-loving guys on the team. He and a lot of other guys were looking forward to that day off in New York City after the New York series before the New Jersey one. How do you enjoy your Monday in the Big Apple?
I didn't go in the Big Apple.
2-2 sent out to short. Throw over to third, and they got Chavez. O'Sabin scores, and Fuentes is in at first. 1 away, and now a 7-3 Washington lead. But Chavez caught being greedy. So that is an RBI fielder's choice for Brian Fuentes. But you didn't go to New York City on your day off. So what's the story there? You just didn't want to spend your money?
No, God no. The bus left at 8:10 in the morning.
Oh.
I guarantee on my off day, I'll wake up at 8:10 for a city I've seen plenty of times that I'd already seen so prior in that week.
Zeisler at the plate. He sweeps misses from the left side. A 1 count. 1 away. Runner on first is Ryan Fuentes. The Y'alls have scored a pair in this inning on 3 hits. They trail by 4. Bottom of the 5th.
Yeah,
you weren't vibing with the 8:10 bus ride.
The 8:10 bus ride was a bus ride to go to a ferry to get into New York. It was a big time trip.
0-1 runs inside, but it's called a strike. Looked like it was a few inches into the lefty box, but Zeisler doesn't protest. 0-2.
So instead,
You're coming over from Pomona.
We were already in New Jersey.
You didn't change hotels
We went from
between the New York and New Jersey series?
Yeah, no, we switched hotels. On Monday, we were already in New Jersey. So after the game in New York, we left.
That one runs inside and hits Zeisler on the ankle. He shakes it off. He's used to it. Not only did that hit his leg protector, but that is the Y'alls leader in hit-by-hitch totals with 15 of them now.
My goodness.
He had 2 of them in one game in the New Jersey series. He's just a magnet.
He is a ball magnet. He gets upset when he gets hit, too.
Well, he wants to swing the bat.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you if you're Hank Zeisler? You're batting .327. You've got 44 RBIs. You want to bring it around.
Yep.
But now he's on first. Fuentes on second for the league's home run leader, and TJ Reeves batting from the right side. He's got 13 dingers, headed to the All-Star game with that. First pitch. Checks his swing at a high changeup. Doesn't go around. Ball 1.
Let's get one of those big shots here.
That would be nice.
Pull us within 1. Either way, so I was in Patterson, New Jersey. I slept in, and then I walked. It was pretty close to the Westfield Garden State Plaza. Obviously, I'm from Westfield, Massachusetts, but it was a Westfield Plaza that I ended up going to. Very big mall.
1-0. He swings and pops over the backstop. 1-1.
It was a very big mall, and, I was like, okay, there's a movie theater in there. I know what movie I'm going to go see. I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So it was like a 4:45 showing. So I got in there.
So you've already wasted your entire morning and early afternoon not doing anything.
I slept in.
Is that wasted, or is that a good thing?
That was great. That was great.
always feel like on off days, if I don't use the morning part.
I feel like I did a very good job my off day.
1-1, swinging a corkscrew pop fly to shallow center. That's a no man's land, and it falls. Fuentes rounds third, caught up in center, and he holds after a heavy banana turn, but the bases are loaded. One away for the Y'alls. And coming up is Stephen Hrustich, who launched a deep home run to left field last night. He's got an opportunity to tie the game as the Y'alls trail by 4. 1 out, bottom of the 5th.
This is big. This is a big time against Valerio. To continue with my off day, I went to that plaza, we're around a bunch of stores. There was a Fabletics, Lululemon. They had a few nice stores. Was really great to see, and I ended up getting a nice blue shirt, which I'm sure I'll wear on the road or at some point here at Florence Y'alls, blue collared shirt, baby blue. And then went to that movie, King of the Planet of the Apes. I got McDonald's before, a large popcorn during, and then I got Chinese food after, which I took back to my hotel. Now, on the walk there, 30 minutes.
It sounds like you planned this out.
30 minutes, and I was sweating all the way there. I was going to walk back. I stepped outside, was crushed by the heat, and I go, no. So I took an Uber. Back, $10. I was like, okay, why not?
You can't. You couldn't deal with the walk after walking to the Y'alls' old clubhouse from here. It's basically the same distance.
Oh, it's long. No, it's 30 minutes.
Mound visit for Washington. Alex Boshier is talking to Jordan DiValerio, but he's quickly on his way back to the dugout. I guess that's an equally long walk for him. Feels like it takes 30 minutes. When you're the pitcher, you're standing out there waiting for your coach to come tell you that you're not doing what you need to do.
I mapped it on Google Maps or on Apple Maps, and I went up like parts of the highway. Like I wasn't
like a hitchhiker.
I wasn't on the sidewalk at all.
First pitch runs inside and hits Hrustich. Y'alls have another run, their third of the inning. It's a 7-4 Washington lead. Second hit by pitch of this frame brings home a run. The Florence faithful are happy, as you can hear in the background here. It is Star Wars night. The Y'alls are wearing black Darth Vader themed jerseys. They look like his chest plate, all in black, and fans, as night begins to crawl over, are waving bright blue, red, and green lightsabers. Lefty at the plate, and Sergio Gutierrez, first pitch, checks his swing but doesn't bite. Still called a strike. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time up. That was in the 4th inning. Now bottom of the 5th, bases loaded, 3-run Washington lead. 1 away. DiValerio pitching from the first base side of the rubber, nods and fires. Hefty swing and miss again. Sergio Gutierrez has already hit 1 grand slam this season. He did it during the last homestand against the Gateway Grizzlies. He's got an opportunity for another. The only player on the team with multiple grand slams is Zaid Richardson. He's got a scheduled rest day today before he suits up again tomorrow, likely suiting up. We talked to him earlier today in the brand new office building on left field line. He said he was ready to go and just needed an extra day to stretch. 0-2 Gutierrez. That one bounces. TJ Reeves, who's standing on second base, of course hit the most notable grand slam of the season. One of the Y'alls 4 that they got. He walked off the Schaumburg Boomers with an ultimate slam to cap a 5-run comeback. Y'alls were down 3, 2 away, and he hit the game winner. 1-2. Fastball at the knees, called strike 3. 2 away, and that brings up the 9th batter of the inning, and Ed Johnson. He's 1 for 2 with a hard hit single to left in the 2nd inning, and a swinging strikeout last time up in the 4th. One of our Cintas keys to the game was that the Y'alls cannot leave runners in scoring position. When you've been on the road for a week and a half, you rolled through on a red-eye bus through the night. You don't want to leave anything unfinished. First pitch to the righty. Runs low for a ball. Of course, the Y'alls have already scored 3 runs during this. They trail 7-4. Washington enjoyed a big 5-run second before a pair of runs came through in the 3rd. The Y'alls had been scoreless since the 1st. 1-0. Checks his swing on a fastball high and inside. Doesn't go around it, so 2-0 count. On deck is Justin Levy. He kick-started this rally with the leadoff double, that being his first hit in a Y'alls jersey. We talked about it before the game and the beginning of this inning that he was the player to be named later when the Y'alls traded Ray Zuberer, the relief pitcher for last year's squad, to the Lake County Dockhounds. He had been pitching, rather Levy had been hitting for Lake County, but the Y'alls needed someone, and they got him today. 2-0. Swinging a chopper foul off to the third base side. Today is the first time that the Y'alls are using the third base dugout since they moved into the new office building and new clubhouse officially today down the left field line, moving out of the old one off about a tenth of a mile beyond the right field wall. They switched from the first base dugout to the third base one because it's closer. 2-1. Johnson in a closed stance. A pitch. Fastball at the knees, called a strike. That one looked a little bit low. Reading the bases from left to right. Hank Zeisler on third. He reached on a hit by pitch. TJ Reeves on second, singled his way aboard. And Stephen Hrustich on first, reached on a hit by pitch to bring home the latest run. 7-4 Washington. 2 away. 2-2 count for Johnson. DiValerio wheels. Swing and a blistering chopper down the third base side and foul. Ed Johnson, when coming up with runners in scoring position, is batting .345. He reaches base 39.7% of the time. He's got 28 RBIs in that scenario. In a 2-strike count, he's got an on-base percentage of nearly 30%. That is the best on the team among qualifying players at .295. Additionally, with 2 outs, he's not too shabby there either. 15 RBIs and a .266 average. He is probably the most qualified person for the job here to try and bring home more runs, maybe tie the game with bases clearing knock, or even a grand slam. That would be the 5th of the year for the Y'alls. DiValerio, a heavy breath, his 2-2. He taps it down the right field line. It hugs it, and it's fair into the corner. 1 run scores. What? They're calling this foul. They're calling this ball foul. No. A fan took the ball as it went over the wall. The first base umpire, Parker Powell, put up both arms, which signaled a foul ball, then waved him to call the play dead. And wow, that could have been disastrous after a week where the Y'alls had plenty of poor umpiring in New Jersey with 3 ejections for objectively correct reasons from the Y'alls. So 2-run score on what is ruled a ground rule double. And a Jeffrey Mayer situation out in right field as someone reached over to grab that ball, which would have brought home 3 runs, maybe and inside the Parker. Here's Justin Levy, 2 men in scoring position, 7-6 the lead for Washington. First pitch a strike.
I mean, come on. That was going down in the corner. He easily would have scored. We would have had a tie ball game. What's that fan doing out there?
Well, that is the kid zone. So
that was an old man that grabbed it. Look at him. He's like 6 feet tall.
Wow.
In the blue shorts.
I can barely see down there. It's blocked off from our vantage point. 0-1. That bounces. Give me a heart attack there when he put up both arms because that is the signal for a foul ball.
Yeah.
And yesterday, New Jersey hit a home run that was called foul by the third base umpire and then overruled by the home plate umpire to be a home run, which, I'm sorry, was ridiculous. That one sent out to short, but right at Clowers. So the Y'alls come close, and if not for the grubby fingers of one eager fan, probably could have tied the game or even taken the lead. But still, Washington leads 7-6. A much better margin for the Y'alls, who started that inning down 7-1. We move on to the top of the 6th inning here in Florence, Kentucky, on the Y'alls Baseball Network. Taking you back inside Thomas More Stadium, the atmosphere a little more jubilant after the Y'alls mount a 5 spot in the top half and the bottom half of the previous inning to close what was a 6-run gap to a 7-6 Washington lead. Alex Wagner on the bumper, second inning of rookies going against Tommy Caulfield, Caleb McNeely, and Andrew Check, the 2-3-4 hitters. Wagner came in, struck out 2 batters, took down the Wild Things in order in the 5th. He was really strong. Now the big righty dealing to the lefty, Tommy Caulfield. So far today, he has been fantastic. He's halfway to the cycle with a single and a triple, a 2-for-3 line. Wagner's first pitch. Fastball at the knees, all to strike. Caulfield is the designated hitter for Washington in this game. Doubles as a utility infielder. The 0-1 runs inside the lefty box and dances out of the way. Caulfield is in Washington for second year, and his uncle also made some history during inside the greater Pittsburgh area. Washington about an hour down the road from the Steel City. Jay played for the Pittsburgh Penguins and won a couple Stanley Cups in 91 and 92. 1-1, swinging a foul tip to the backstop, actually over the backstop off to the left side. A 2 count. Tommy began his college career at North Carolina, but then he transferred, staying in state, staying in the UNC system at UNC Charlotte. He finished off at Millersville. 1-2, swing tapper towards his own dugout down the first base side. Millersville, really solid D2 school. There, he tied their single season record for doubles with 24. Also had the career record for home runs, despite playing just 2 seasons with the Marauders. Did a lot coming from D1 programs, shifting down. Bases empty, nobody out. 7-6 Wild Things, top of the 6th. 1-2. Backdoor curveball popped foul off to the left side. That one ricochets about 20 feet in front of the Y'alls team store. It's had its doors open since early today. There's some action going on in the Washington bullpen. Looks like a right-hander warming up to replace Jordan DiValerio. We'll keep you updated on who that could be. 1-2. Swinging another pop fly, foul, over to the left side. That one lands on top of the second deck. Looks like Kobe Foster could be warming up, rather Nick Donald warming up. 1-2 from the stretch. Curveball swung on and launched that off to the right side. Wagner is lucky he gets that one back. Caulfield probably put about a 400-foot chart into that one, but he shanked it off towards the Y'alls inflatable slide and foul ground down the right field line. Big comeback for that slide. It died. Now it's back. 1-2. He checks a swing of one in the dirt, goes around. Gutierrez pops up and throws to first to grab him. One away to start off the top of the 6th. Took a while, 8 pitches. But here comes Caleb McNeely. And Alex Wagner has retired all 4 of the 4 batters he's seen since relieving Yanniker Villalobos. Villalobos went 4 innings, allowed 10 hits, 7 earned runs. Also struck out 7. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch to McNeely from the stretch. He swipes and misses that filthy slider. Wagner started that one in the center of the plate and ended up halfway through the lefty box. McNeely swings that one, sent to the backstop. 0-2 kill. He's 1 for 3, singling his way aboard for the first hit of the game in the first inning, but after that, 0 for 2. Ground at the second and a strikeout in the third inning. He's in Washington for his second season. 0-2. He swings and rips it deep down the left field line. That one headed for the downs. So after the Y'alls put up a 5 spot and closed the gap to just 1, Washington, with one swing of the bat, regains a multi-run lead. Caleb McNeely nabs a solo home run. Don't have the official metrics on where that one landed, but it was a hefty distance behind that left field wall. Here comes Andrew Check batting from the left side. First pitch. He swings and pops up into foul ground. Third base side. Fuentes charges. He slides and he webs it. Out number 2 comes from the flat glove of an all-star. Brian Fuentes shows off his leather work, sliding towards what is now his own dugout down the third base side. Y'alls moving into that third base dugout in the new clubhouse down the left field line today. Here comes Brandon McElwain. 1 for 3 with an infield hit in the first. First pitch bounces. That really was sort of a lucky bounce that put him aboard in the first. Tapped it up the middle, and it hit Yanniker Villalobos on his ankle and took a high hop out to third. Brian Fuentes, who just showed off his fielding expertise there, made a great play, almost grabbing him, barehanded the ball. 1-0, swings and misses behind the 87-mile-per-hour fastball. And Fuentes took that ball in stride and rocketed it to first, but just not in time. 1-1 from the stretch, swing and a miss. Chases ahead of the curveball. Alex Wagner is mixing things up. He goes to the high heat, gets him to be late. This time he changes it up with the breaking ball, and now he's early. Wagner shuffles the baseball in his right hand, position on his hip as he bends in for the signal. Now set, black and tan glove at his chin, high leg kick. This is low and outside. 2-2 count. Washington has scored 1 run this inning. Came off of that, Caleb McNeely bombed to left. They lead 8-6. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning. Wagner closes in. It's 2-2. Breaking ball right down Broadway, called strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Wagner. Bleeds 1 long ball, but rebounds nicely. 8-6 Wild Things. And the Y'alls, who just put up a 5-run inning, come up to bat, facing a new arm too. Top of the order, and we believe it's Nick McDonald coming into the game for Washington, enters the game. Stay tuned on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network. Bottom of the 6th inning coming your way here from Florence, Kentucky. Great clouds covering ahead with the lights on. Y'alls come up to bat. Wild Things lead 8-6. New pitcher in the game, a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitch change is Nick McDonald, righty out of Florida International, replaces Jordan D. Valerio. He went 5 innings, allowing 10 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, struck out 4. Against McDonald, here comes the top of the order. Blaze O'Saban, Alberti Chavez, Brian Fuentes, a trio of righties against right-hander. First pitch to O'Saban, he swings and rocks it to left field, but straight away Robert Chayka is there. He makes a grab. 1 away after 1 pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning. O'Saban was good so far, 2 for 3. Took a good cut to that one, but put it at the wrong spot. Here comes Alberti Chavez. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI double last time up. That was the first tally mark, and the Y'alls putting up 5 runs in that last inning. Chavez batting from the right side. Open stance, first pitch. He watches a curveball at the bottom of the zone for a strike. McDonald comes into this his first year in Washington with an 0.84 run average. He's been really solid. 0-1. Swinging a tapper up the middle at short. Klaus pounces on it. Sidearms to first and nabs him. A quick couple out here in the 6th after the marathon 10-batter 5th. Brian Fuentes coming up. It's also time for our Perfection Pest Control roster flow. Cash in on Perfection Pest Control stinging insect summer savings. Perfection understands the tri-state area and its pests. Checking in on other Y'alls, former Y'alls, who are now in affiliated ball. Ryan Watson and Logan Campbell both picked up by major league organizations. First pitch to the righty, Fuentes watches a changeup in the dirt. Campbell in the Reds organization. He's in rookie ball right now. His earned run average is 0 flat. 1-0, runs inside and low to Fuentes. Ryan Watson picked up by the Blue Jays. They've moved him up to single A after they signed him to their rookie ball club, so he's in Dunedin, Florida. 1-0. Swinging a pop fly down the first base line, heading in foul ground. Check has plenty of room against the net. He looks up and webs it. Y'alls go down 1-2-3 in a very quick bottom of the sixth. Washington still leads 8-6. And they've got their 6-7 hitters due up in the top of the seventh inning in Berkey, Chayka, and Clowers. Y'alls still sending out Alex Wagner for his third inning of relief work. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Florence Y'alls Baseball Network.
Welcome back. Top half of the seventh inning. Y'alls trail 8-6 here at Thomas More Stadium. Alex Wagner back out for his third inning of work. Florence goes down quietly in their half of the sixth. Wagner, first pitch shows bunt. Looks like it bounced foul. Right at home plate, didn't go too far. 0-1. 8-6 ball game.
Y'alls went down pretty quick on offense after that big inning. But Ryder rebounded nicely after giving up that home run in the last frame.
0-1 pitch, a slider there from Alex Wagner. Evan Berkey up at the plate. Berkey, he's already got a solo shot as well.
Gave up the home run to Caleb McNeely. Rebounded by getting the next two out on 6 pitches.
That one's grounded up the middle. Diving play from Chavez, but he can't get there. Leadoff runner aboard on a base hit from Evan Burke, his second of the day. Starts off with a leadoff runner aboard here in 7th. Brings up Robert Chayka.
Chavez has a really good read on those low hit balls. I think he's gotten really used to the turf. That one was still past him just by it being a hard hit ball. He did a really good job of nearly getting there.
In the right batter box, Robert Chayka. 2-step lead over at first. That one misses outside. You know, I was just down on the concourse there, and I was actually sitting down with the fans with my host family, and what a different view. What a different view.
Yeah, it looks different from down there.
Yeah. I went there for a strike. We were
You should try.
all talking.
You should try heading down the first base line. Actually, I still have to head down the third base line if the Y'alls put themselves in position to win the game for that post-game interview. But it's a cool view from down there.
That's right. You got to switch up the sides.
Kind of like the first base side better.
Yeah. Pickoff attempt and going. 1-1 count, nobody out.
Because you know what you get down the first line? You get the big scoreboard with all the cool graphics. Not that the right field scoreboard isn't cool. The graphics don't look good, but it shows the other team. I don't want to see that.
Couple flinches over at first. Nothing going. 1-1 swiftness. Robert Chayka. Chayka today 1-3. Had a single and a run scored back in the second inning. Y'alls on trail 2. Went down, and I was also talking to our general manager and one of our owners, Dave DeBello, and our general manager, Max Johnson. We were talking about the fan that had pulled that ball in. Upon further review, runner takes off, bounces in the dirt, throw goes down to sin. It's not in time. A stolen base for Evan Berkey. 2-2 count at the plate. So we were talking about that play, and David DeBello said he didn't have a good angle on it. Knew it was probably going down the line, and he thought it just bounced down. Then when I showed the video, I was like, oh man, that definitely just ruined the Y'alls' chances at.
And that could have been an inside the park grand slam.
Easily could have. 2-2. It's in the air towards center field. Big Sabin marches back, but he's under it. Tagging from second to third is Evan Berkey. He's on his way there with no throw. So a decent little poke there from Robert Chase. Does a job moving around 90 feet away. Y'all's really got to shore up this defense here. I don't want another run across. Much rather chase 2 than 3. I think it goes without saying. Some action in the pen coming up. Looks like it might be Russ Thompson out there. I think Alex Wagner is the kind of the seesaw there. If he can get you these quality innings and the offense rallies behind him, I thought you would have gone to Carter Puri instead of Ross Thompson. Thompson more that long relief guy.
And Pori looked ready earlier today. He was throwing a session in the batting cages. Sitting there afterwards doing calisthenics.
That one's fouled away. It's an 0-2 count to Carson Clowers. Infield is pulled in with one away and a runner on third. 13 hits for Washington, 10 for Florence. In an 8-6 ball game. Alex Wagner with an 0-2 count, working from the stretch, third base side of the rubber, the 0-2 pitch. Nice spot on a high fastball, but doesn't chase his Clowers. 1-2. That's a great idea right there.
Hey, despite that home run, I've been really impressed with Alex Wagner in relief today. 3 strikeouts. His only hit just happened to go over the left wall. He's locating his pitch as well.
Evan Berkey comes out over to the hot corner. Brian Fuentes fields it. No run comes to the plate, so just stranding at third. 2 away now. Infield will be able to push back. Brings up J.C. Dantini, who's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Has a big time out right there for Clowers. Gives a little bit of relief on the infield.
Brian Fuentes has been fantastic fielding today.
Nice
that sliding grab, that's one of the best plays of the night across the Frontier League in my mind.
I saw that field level.
Oh yeah, how'd that look?
That was great. I immediately put that down, Jesse. I was still at work. Was still at work.
You still marked this something to submit to the Frontier League?
Well,
I hope I did it justice.
Yeah, no.
Being on the mic for that.
I didn't hear your call.
So in your mind, it's the worst it could possibly be.
They should have one for the Ed Johnson play, and we should also have one for Harustich out there in left field as well. That one looked good, but misses. It's a 2-0 count to J.C. Santini. He's the 9-hole, but has punished the Y'alls today. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 2 hits. Went down looking his last time around. 2-0. Gets the fastball inside there for a strike. 2-1. A missed opportunity for Santini.
You know, I was so excited for that Ed Johnson ground rule double to turn into more. I mentioned Jeffrey Mayer in the inning. He's the Yankees who actually pulled it positively for the offense then.
Big swing and a miss there, but you got to go to Steve Barton for the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah. Well, he messed up the defense. Jeffrey Mayer, was that 98 World Series?
No.
It was one of the Yankees' 90 or early 2000 World Series wins. They put him in the parade after he pulled a home run over the wall.
That's ridiculous. 2-2 is outside. Nice slider there from Alex Wagner, 83.1.
Imagine you're a 12-year-old kid. You just do what you've been taught to do in Little League. You go for the ball. Doesn't matter that it's over the wall. You want the baseball, and you get a tic-tac parade through New York City.
Whoever grabbed that ball down there definitely doesn't deserve a parade. 3-2 pitch, fouled away. What would be a correct punishment for that? The dizzy bat?
Execution. Yeah, dizzy. That's what I was gonna. That's.
Well, I don't. You know,
we've got lightsabers.
That's the kids' corner. Maybe
it's Star Wars night. They've got the lightsabers. They can just use the Force and.
Yeah, it's a duel against Richardson, I'd say. 3-2. Set here towards center field. Well hit. Blazo Saban is going back with room in the track. He's there. And that will end the inning. Wagner strands a runner on third. Wagner through 3 innings allows 1 run and 2 hits. He's been spectacular. That'll probably do it for him on the night. We'll head to the bottom half of the 7th stretch time at Thomas More Stadium. Y'all still in this one. It's an 8-6 ball game here on Y'all's Baseball Network. Stretch time always brought to you by Beacon Orthopedics. Beacon, one of the largest and fastest growing orthopedic practices in the Cincinnati area. No wonder they are the official healthcare provider of the Florence Y'alls. Due up for Florence here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's Hank Zeisler, TJ Reeves, Steven Hrustich. That sounds like it's to me, Jesse. What do you think?
Sounds pretty sweet, actually. Sounds like the crack of a wooden bat on a baseball, saying a decent way. I hope.
Still a righty on the mound. That one's in there for a strike.
Nick McDonald in his second inning of work. He only threw 6 pitches in the last frame. Retired the Y'alls in order. A lot of free swingers, and they just put it in the wrong spot.
That one's a high hopper down first base line. 0-2 count to Zeisler. Zeisler today is 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a run scored. He also brought in RBI on a single in the first. Ended up tagging to Evil Area for 10 hits, 6 runs. That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
He had 3 strikeouts.
4.
4? I see that, 4. That one's fouled away. Zeisler stays alive.
Believe it or not, Rory, I'm on my game. I was in here 8 a.m., 2 hours before the rest of y'all. 3 hours before you. You were coming back on the bus, so it is excusable.
Yeah. 0-2, swing and a miss. Zeisler down on strike. That's a big timeout for Nick McDonald. First time I've seen McDonald through the first 6 games we've played against Washington.
Earned run average at .84.
Wow.
He is tough to tag.
Brings up TJ Reeves. Y'all just need to hit away again like they did in the 5th. Piece together 5 hits. That's how you bring in these runs. Got to get people on base first. That's the job of these guys leading off the inning. You got to be able to get on base. Makes it a lot easier on your offense. Here's the 1-0. Slider in there for a strike, 1-1. I don't like that.
Don't like that.
Thought that was a little low, maybe a little outside as well.
Yeah. Kevin Furman behind the plate has been a little wild.
1-1, a grounder, third base side. McNeely has it. Throw to first in time. 5-3, 2 away. Y'alls have had their last 6 put away.
I understand just getting through that inning, but if it weren't for a fan reaching over the wall, the Y'alls would have tied the game, maybe taken the lead.
Yeah.
Why didn't Washington get McDonald out there earlier?
I don't know. We'll be talking about that fan. The Y'alls lose this game. Big swing and a miss here from Hrustich.
Well, how could you not? Johnson was past second base by the time.
What's crazy is I don't know if the fan knows that they are public enemy number 1 here in Florence, Kentucky.
Oh, they know.
You think they know?
It's Star Wars night. Shouldn't he feel change in force? Actually, he's probably from the dark side.
0-2 misses outside. 1-2. That is an Imperial officer out there. No doubt about it. Imagine you're in like a dark alley. You see All-Stars a little bit of a head, and then all of a sudden a red light safe shines up. 1-2. Misses downstairs. 2-2.
We got to talk to our creative director, Nick Thurling, about that.
Absolutely.
I bet he could whip something up.
Easily.
He's talented. Well, I don't know how easy it is, but he can do it. He's talented.
2-2. Check swing ball in the dirt. Didn't go around. Full count.
After he whipped up the Balake.
That was great.
For preseason game number 1, he was already knuckles deep in his bag.
Yeah.
Before the season even started.
Had our graphic. If you're listening on YouTube right now, that's what you see there.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
That is just lovely.
I like part with my face.
Wind up, payoff pitch, swing, miss. Hrustich fooled there. It's another 1-2-3 inning. Washington's retired the last 7 Florence Y'alls after scoring 5 the 5th. They have gone very quiet. We'll head to the top of the 8th. New pitcher coming to the game. We'll be right back here on Y'alls Baseball Network. Top of the 8th, Y'alls trail 8-6. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change. New wing coming into the game. Pick out the best swings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh, never frozen. It's Carter Porter into the game. His home debut here in 2024 Florence Y'alls season. Broken bat, grounder over to the second baseman. Levy picks it up, throw to first is in time. One pitch, one away. How about that for your first pitch back at Thomas More Stadium?
Hey, you already make some money with the Louisville Bat Company.
There you go. He's looking great out there. To that black undershirt with the Darth Vader jersey. Got a very cool look with the glasses on as well, the goggles for Carter Porter. And he's got the world's greatest hair color.
That is
blonde.
That is beach blonde.
Yeah, he's very blonde. He's very blonde.
That's like white sand.
Yeah, he makes me look like a fool. That one's a bunt in there for a strike. But I'll allow it.
He makes you look like a brunette. I'm dirty blonde. I'm more brunette than you are.
Yeah.
That probably just, I don't know what that makes me.
0-1. Yeah, I mean, you should just go jump in like the nearest dumpster you can.
Is there a connection here?
No, I'm just saying you're blonde, just go jump in the dumpster. Just get out of town. 0-2 count. Tommy Caulfield at the plate of the lefty batter's box.
I'm blonde, so dump in the dumpster.
No, you're dirty blonde.
Ah.
You're brunette. It's the blondes only club here, me and Carter Porter.
Okay. I think that felt very out of the blue. Just casually having a conversation about hair color. You're trash.
1-2. Bounces in the dirt, 2-2. Y'alls and the Wild Things, 8-6. It's still a manageable Y'alls comeback. They'll have 6 outs to play with. The fireworks will rain down here on Thomas More Stadium. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Carter Porter's first strikeout at Thomas More Stadium in 2024. 2 away, the 8th. Y'alls activated Porter right before the road trip, so he pitched a few times on that road trip. 3 appearances, 4 2/3 in pitch, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. He's been, all around. Starting off well here. That one's fouled away. 0-1 to the batter, Caleb McNeely. McNeely launched that solo shot. He's 2 for 4 today. An RBI and a run scored. Waiting on deck, the big lefty, Andrew Check. Be nice if you can face McNeely and Check here in the inning. And then the 9th, if you do come back, that one runs inside. Home plate umpire Kevin Furman's going to give him the bag. I don't think that's it. I don't think McNeely thinks as well. Sergio Gutierrez is visibly upset. That is ridiculous. If anything, it hit the shirt.
That counts.
If anything, that's a bare minimum.
I thought I saw his jersey shimmer.
You couldn't even see a guy down the first base line.
Yeah, that's because I've got netting blocking me. It forms a solid column right in my sight line down there.
You can see a 90-mile-per-hour fastball hit a shirt from up here.
It's jersey move. It's a big jersey.
So does Andrew Checks when he does the shimmy. First pitch in there for a strike, ball didn't lie. Either way, I mean, this comes to fruition. Now we have seen McNeely and Check in the 9th inning. If Y'alls come back, you don't got to face these guys.
Well, you got to get through them first. Make sure that Check doesn't launch one.
Well, he's going to run out the second right here.
That would have been great.
0-2.
Want to do that again now that we've rehearsed it? You don't want to get anything up here in case he launches it.
Well, I mean, he's just going to ground out the second.
Right here.
0-2. Swing and a miss, I'll take it. Second strikeout for Carter Porter. Very quiet inning offensively for Washington. Just the hit by pitch. No runs come across. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Y'alls got 6 outs to play with. They trail 2. It's an 8-6 ball game here on Y'alls Baseball Network.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Fans will be headed for the exit soon, and the Office of Highway Safety wants to make sure that when you do, you drive safe and arrive alive. Y'alls tailgating the Wild Things down 8-6. They could probably pull ahead.
Sergio Gutierrez steps up into the lefty batter's box. Still McDonald out there, and one out. He's seen 6 up, put 6 down. First pitch, a slider, misses outside. Today, Gutierrez 0 for 2 with a walk. Wiped off the base paths, trying to steal a base. It was caught in a pickoff. A 1-0. Pounds it foul down the first base line. 1-1 count. It's Gutierrez, Johnson, Levy due up for Florence. And then the top of the order. So 7, 8, 9 top. Y'alls trying to piece some hits together as they trail 2. I have the idea of everyone with a lightsaber in attendance, which should be 1,000 fans, just goes behind home plate and waves them. So the pitcher gets distracted. Gutierrez skies this one high, not deep, to right field. Shake is under. There's one away.
He's seeing the ball better than usual, Sergio is, but his swing is still coming around so slow, and it uppercuts. So every now and then he takes a hold of one and sends it 400 feet, but that one just went straight up.
Brings up Ed Johnson, 2 hits today, including a 2-run double, which they go down as the steal of the century here from a Florence fan. That ball was going into the corner, would have tied the ball game, possibly been an inside the Parker for Ed Johnson, who's got wheels, second in steal for Florence, and instead was held to a double. The Y'alls were down 1 run. 1-0 towards right field. Shake's going back, and he makes the grab. A nice snag from Robert Shake. It's 2 away. So we'll have to wait till the 9th inning to make the comeback. Unless they get started 2-out rally here with Justin Levy. It has been abysmal for Florence since they hit around and scored 5. Their last 9 have been retired. That one fouled away. 8 of them have been from Nick McDonald, who's seen 8 up and put 8 down. There's no way he's firing stuff like that to fool this offense. He's been good all season. It's not like he's blowing you away with 95. Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike. 0-2 count to Justin Levy. Levy today is 1 for 3. Doubled back in the 5th. Came in to score as well. 0-2. This is way outside. 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch skied into the infield. Flowers is under it. 1-2-3. The Y'alls' last 10 have been retired. 9 of them from Nick McDonald. Ugly, ugly, ugly showing from the Florence Y'alls offense in the later half of this game. We'll head to the top of the 9th, trying to stick to this at 8-6. Washington lead here on Y'alls Baseball Network. Top of the 9th, Carter Poor back out for another inning. He was very good his last time around. Florence pitching off the piggyback of Yannick Villalobos has allowed just 1 run. If it weren't for Villalobos and his tough start allowing 7 runs, Florence would have a pretty good say in this game. Wagner, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run allowed, no walks, strikeouts. Carter Poor, a clean one with 2 Ks and just a hit by pitch.
Of course, when it comes to the bats, we think about the glaring pair of hands from the stands that probably robbed the Y'alls of a couple runs.
First pitch, misses upstairs, Brandon McElwain.
If it weren't for that, the Y'alls probably could have taken the lead in that big, only 5-run 5th inning.
Yeah. There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him. Carter Porty's got a very deceptive arm slot. Kind of comes sidearm, but not fully. More of a 3-4 type angle. And I think he really goes sidearm on his slider. 1-1. 2C miss upstairs. 2-1.
Is that something you want to work out of your system when you're a pitcher, throwing differently for different pitches? Does that telegraph the pitch to the batter?
It is, however, on my sweeping curveball, I would throw it different than a 12-6. No one really ever caught on. Check swing, top of the zone. Absolutely went around, but no call. 3-1. Gotta be better.
Yeah, it looked like a swing.
3-1. Swing and miss. 3-2. Ball doesn't lie. Nobody out. Nobody on base. Y'alls, a Wild Thing, an 8-6 Wild Things lead. Got fireworks coming up after the game. Y'alls hoping to walk it off. Can you imagine that? They need to keep this an 8-6 ball game. Payoff pitch. Sent down the left field line. That'll drop for a base hit. A broken bat single fielded by Hrustic. Lead off runner aboard. Florence and the Wild Things have been close a lot of their games. The opener was 11-5, and that's the largest margin of victory by either team. Game 2 on June 1st was a 7-6 ball game. Game 3 was 6-5. Game 4, 5-4. Game 6, or Game 5, 6-3, and Game 6, 1-0. So they've been very close. We're in a 2-run ball game here as it currently stands. Evan Berkey steps to the plate. Now it bounces in the dirt away from Gutierrez a little bit. Trickles around Kevin Furman trying to get out of the way. 1-0. Gutierrez going to go talk to his wing, go over signs. Looked like Gutierrez was a little tripped up there. Carter Pori out of Fishers, Indiana. Edgar Martinez against a to-be-determined for Washington tomorrow. However, they have a pitcher set for the Sunday matchup. It's going to be Malik Barrington against Dante Cherico. What I figured is Reed Smith not scheduled to go again before the All-Star, which would also be MLB draft.
I'd like to see him.
You see Reed Smith in relief, I would hope. Get one more start out of, not start, but one more appearance out of him. That one there for a strike, 1-1.
I mean, I sort of wonder with Cherico pitching how short the leash is on him, just because he has less experience at this level. Only second time pitching at home, first time starting. Would Smith be your first option out of the bullpen?
1-1. This is outside. I think if Cherico gets in any trouble, he did well against Washington in his appearance. That's his lone very good appearance for Florence. I think if he gets in any trouble, you send Smith out there. See what you can grab. And have him against Washington. He allowed just one, and that was his only loss of the season in a 1-0 ball game. Now this is downstairs 3-1. Berkey today 2 for 4. Carter Pori has been noticeably worse his second innings. Going for Florence. That one runs inside. Also plugs the home plate up by Kevin Furman. Looks like he hit off 2 people. Furman goes down as if a train just hit him. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Pori this season, inning and 2/3 in a debut, gave up 3 runs, more than came in the second. He only threw 1 inning on the 7th, and that was a clean shutout inning. And then in 2 innings on July 10th, a very clean first inning that got into some trouble, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. So he's worse his second time, what I'm saying.
I wonder if you start transitioning him to a closer role where you only need him for 9th.
Or just a setup man. Again, y'alls were limited here, so a weak start from Yannick Villalobos can help him out as well. You've seen the 2 pitchers that are healthy. Robert Chayka at the plate, runners on first and second. One ran inside. Chayka didn't even try and move out of the way.
Well, you're talking healthy and rested.
And rested. Ross Thompson pitched yesterday, but he only threw 7 pitches, so he's semi-rested, I guess. And I mean, you got to warm up as well, so pitches warming up too. Takes a look at second, the 1-1. Fouled by 1-2. What would you like, the twin killing or the tailor-made ham and eggs?
I'd like a triple play.
You like the triple play? Ooh.
Sharp ground to third. Fuentes has been surefire with the glove all day today. Hasn't made a single misstep. Turn 3.
1-2. Fastball hit over to, that is Levy, who snags it at the bottom. They call that a catch, and he tags second. Not the ham and eggs or the twin killing, but it's a double play nonetheless. And the Y'alls get 2 with just a run on first. How about that for Justin Levy? I can tell if that bounced at first and he trapped it, but either way, it was McElwain sleeping over a second.
Solid work. You didn't see any glaring defensive concerns on his resume. Nothing too spectacular like gold gloves, but he's very sure-footed.
Brings up Carson Clowers. Oh, this is outside, 1-0. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's great when you see that someone isn't so terrible that you notice it in the field. Made a very good play.
1-0. That's in there for a strike. Nice spot there from Pori. Pori went to a high fastball there with the 1-2 count against Chaka. Ends up just fisting it out to the second baseman, Levy, in his Y'alls debut. Runner takes off, 1-1, miss outside, throw down to second. It's a good one. In and out of the glove, Levy on the slap tag. Looked like Berkey might have even slid past the bag. If he was able to hold on, probably would have been out. Stolen base there for Evan Berkey, his second of the day. Evan Berkey launched one to deep left field. How many home runs does he have? That was his 4th of the season. Does not seem like a guy that has a lot of power. But he launched that one back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 all the way. 1-2. Two and 2. Runner on second with 2 away and a 2-2 count. Carson Clowers. Clowers today, 1 for 4. Had a double and a run scored back in the 2nd. Big lead for Berkey over there. 2-2 pitch, runs inside. Another hit by pitch in the inning. That is the 3rd allowed for Carter Pori. That's amazing. They'll walk him down the first base line as Carl Craigie also comes out to talk to his wing. It's runners on first, deck 2 away for J.C. Santini. Pori has Paul McNeely last inning, and then Berkey and Clowers sitting.
There's no action in the Y'alls bullpen, and you really wouldn't want it to be so. But I believe there is a limit on hit batsmen in an inning before a pitcher is removed by the umpire.
Really?
It's obviously incidental with Pori.
We saw a lot of hit by pitches even yesterday.
I'm not sure offhand what the limit is. In an inning, not on a game.
Gave my host family 2 lightsabers. That is something given away to a little girl.
Wow, ungrateful.
Ungrateful, and yet you have to, I guess, admire it?
I don't. She was an agent of the dark side. Sith.
Sith Lord. That one runs inside and is close. He's missing inside. I will say these Washington Wild Things banners, they're doing nothing to get out of the way. These guys are out of Misericordia. D3 team that just didn't move out of the way. Big time inning here from Pori. Y'all's just trying to keep this a 2-run ball game here in the top of the 9th. Pick up 10-0 going. Y'alls will have the top of the order due up in the 9th. Runs inside again. And again, J.C. Santini just turns his back. At one point, there's a rule where you actually have to make an attempt to get out of the way, which isn't just keeping your feet still and turning, making a bigger target for the ball. That's most certainly not it. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Runners on first and second. In front of an almost sellout crowd at Thomas More Stadium. And it could sell out. Not a lot of empty seats, but some people might have not showed. Some may see ticket holders. Another payoff attempt over at second. Will increase the lead now of Evan Berkey. He was already bouncing out there. Now he's got to feel pretty safe knowing that Pori has to pick him off. Or else a balk called. 2-1. Right down Broadway, but not in for a strike. Maybe a little upstairs, 3-1. Aside from the line drive double play, Pori has been cheeky in the inning. He's just trying to escape. 3-1. High and deep down the left field line. Well foul over near the clubhouse. A one hop over on the roof. Full count. This, someone's wearing a Margaritaville jersey except wore an undershirt underneath it to make it actual like a short sleeve shirt instead of just a cutoff.
They're not confident in their gains.
Payoff pitch. Fouled away. We'll do it again. It is a bit. You got to be able to rep jersey if you're going to buy it.
I will say for the thicker jerseys like a classic Reds vest, the undershirt works better because it looks awkward because you've got this stitch thing hanging out over you. But those cutoff jerseys at the sale are polyester. They're lightweight.
Yeah, they are lightweight. I'm going to wear some in my softball. I'm going to wear it on my softball game Monday night. Giant lead over at second. Payoff pitch. Sent down the first base line. I'll end up foul. Do it again.
How can I view your softball game? Full courts? Listen to it on Meridix?
Maybe I'll have the Meridix stream.
Is that what Odyssey is broadcasting now that they're going under? Miss line inside. Bases loaded for the top order for Washington.
My dad had called me. I thought something was wrong with the stream. It doesn't seem like anything. Bases loaded 2 away. J.C. Santini just aboard by the Washington Wild at the top of the order. That one's inside. Carter Pori is struggling out there on the mound. Cannot find the zone right now. 2 hits batsman and a walk to load the bases. Got to throw it down the 1-0. In there, strike on a slider. Working from the stretch on the first base side of the rubber. The 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike right down Broadway. 1-2. Need the crowd to get loud. 2 strikes. Top of the 9th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. And we're silent. I want Thomas More Stadium to be a zoo. 1-2. Misses inside.
You can get our official attendance. 3,623 people. Feel like we could be a little bit louder. They're saving up their energy for the offense in the bottom of the 9th, though.
2-2. Foul away. Ed Johnson running back at foul territory. 2-2 count, base loaded. 2 away. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Sent down the right field line, foul. Here comes the 2-2. Off speed, misses high. If I'm Pori, I take a little off. Gotta find the zone. You do not walk in. Another run here in the 9th. I come back to budget. Absolutely, a ball has to be put in play. They hit it, they hit it. Payoff. Fouled away. First base side. As Eisler runs out of room. This is a long outing for Carter Pori. Getting 2 outs and a runner on first. He hurt himself in this inning. All have been on his fault. 2 hit Batman, a walk. Has not allowed his defense to play. 3-2, skied away. Ethan Wilder not giving up. He 1 for 4 today with a walk.
Pori's coming up on his 38th pitch of the inning. That'll be his 49th. so far in this game. Doing himself no favors, like he just said. Just keep attacking because he cannot afford a walker.
Payoff pitch. Sending it towards center field. Blazo Sabin is going back with room in front of the trap. Well hit, but not. Corey escapes a base-loaded jam and keeps it a 2-run ballgame. 8-6, Y'alls trail as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Trying to walk it off here at Thomas More Stadium. We'll be right back on Y'alls Baseball Network. Don't go anywhere. Bottom of the ninth, top of the order, 2 up for Florence. 2 pitcher out there for Washington. It's their closer, Young-Ju Kim. Kim has pitched several times against Florence. Got to figure him out. At some point, 27 innings, pitched 13 saves and a 1.33 ERA. First pitch, a looper, misses upstairs. Blazo Sabin at the plate. If anything's good to say, that they've thrown their 2 best relievers against us, McDonald and Kim, in game 1 of the series. Here comes the 1-0. Misses downstairs. Kim is not a flamethrower by any means. He's just got a funky delivery and is able to fool some batters, but does not blow you away with any pitch. Kim has got 3 saves against Florence, but he still has a loss. That one's in there for a strike, 2-1.
That walk-off sac fly for Langston Gator rings very near in my memory.
Yeah. Here comes the 2-1. Misses inside on a nice spot there, but 3-1 count to Blazo Sabin. That's a big-time runner to get on base if we could get him. That brings you some wheels, and although he's not the time run, it would be helpful. 3-1. Pops it up behind home plate. Alco Santini makes the, man, if only we had a fan up there. The game will come down to the fan out in right field, down the right field line, snagging a 2-run double from Ed Johnson as it was going into the corner, robbing the Y'alls possibly of 2 runs.
And definitely won. It would have been a tie game. It would have been a different feel. Knowing you're still trailing by 1 run after such a big comeback feels different than knowing you've tied it.
First pitch to Alberti Chavez, right down Broadway. Chavez thought it was inside for some reason. Heart of the plate, middle. Chavez crowds the plate. Seems like he thinks a lot of things inside are they should be. That one's grounded softly over to the shortstop. 2 away. Y'alls down to their final out in a pitiful performance after the 5th inning. They have looked awful. Now 12 up, 12 down. Since the 5th.
And you know what that last hit was? The Ed Johnson ground rule double.
Wow. Amazing.
That is your game right there.
Brings up Brian Fuentes. First pitch misses outside. This is amazing. Fuentes goes down. It will be 13 in a row, retired by Washington to end the game. 1-0, swing and a miss. Fuentes trying to bring the Y'alls within 1. They need to piece together hits. It's not a home run game right now with nobody on base. The 1-1. Fouled away. 1-2. Fuentes calls time to play. Florence would drop to 23, third 1. They lose tonight. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away, stays alive. Washington would extend their lead in third place and move to 36 and 18.
At this rate, the Y'alls are not thinking about catching Washington. They want to play them well and gain ground on the other teams up there at Gateway.
Yeah, no, you're playing for third place right now. There comes 1-2. Is downstairs 2-2. You've got fallen out of favor of even trying to come back for first. You really got to try. You're 7 games back, but try and come back and nab just a playoff spot. Hopefully that's enough to get magic going. 2. Swing this. Not going to be good there. They fall to 23-31. Kim, a 1-2-3 effort on the Y'alls, like 8 times seeing the guy. They fall 8-6 in a brutal, brutal loss. And what you're talking about for weeks to come is the blunder on the right field line by a fan who I don't even know if he knows blew the game.
It's a blatant right. I mean, that ball was going into the corner. It was going to go around Rochika, who has been a very good fielder this season, sure. Maybe Johnson doesn't go all the way around, but he's getting the third there. Just on his wheels alone, he places the ball really well. Would have brought 3 runs, would have tied the game. And after that, gets heart-wrencher, the Y'alls go down 13 straight to finish the game.
Ugly. It's definitely ugly.
At least we get some pretty fireworks after.
Yeah. Win goes to Di Valerio. Villalobos gets the loss. Kim gets the save. His 18th of the season. Florence will be back tomorrow. Edgar Martinez back out on the rubber against a to-be-determined for Washington. That will come at 6:36 tomorrow night. Rockin' Saturday. I believe it's I think it's a post-game concert with Grayson Slade in a few weeks. In a few weeks, we'll have a pre-game concert on one of those Saturdays, but it is still post-game. It's Rockin' Saturday. Florence just drops it here tonight. But we'll be back. Jesse, final thought.
I'm finding a lot of trouble not thinking about the fan in right field, but it's not the only thing that threw the game away. Maybe it pushed the Y'alls into that spiral. I just read a great book called Blind Squirrel by Dave Michigan, broadcaster for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And part of that is you don't want to overthink these scenarios. One play doesn't really just salt away a game. Yannick Villalobos probably could have been better out of the start. Not probably. He has been better in those positions, and the Y'alls needed him to be. They needed him to go at least 5 innings, and he went 4 and allowed 7 runs. Sure, he struck out 7, but it didn't help. The bullpen was fine. Carter Pori did a good job. It got shaky there, but he didn't allow any runs.
Nope.
Alex Wagner was fantastic. I don't care about the home run. The Y'alls shouldn't have been in that position to begin with for a number of reasons.
Nice
I don't have one key from this. It's just an all-around sinking feeling in your chest after a game like this, and hopefully you alleviate tomorrow.
Hopefully the Y'all can get some sleep. I guess we can, also add the Frontierly scheduling due to the blunder as well. Coming off a 10-hour road trip back when you got back at 10:22 a.m. this morning.
It's ridiculous. We knew it was going to be a tough schedule, just having 9 games on the road.
Yeah.
But anyone has to do that. You've got to go to the East Coast at some point. But why would you schedule a home stretch before that? Why not just switch this series with Washington? Start out in here with 3 games against Washington, go out to Washington for another 3, then go on the road. It doesn't make sense. I know in scheduling concerns, someone has to grab the short end of the stick. But this was it was absurd.
You could still do the same thing. How about a morning game?
Why wasn't yesterday a morning game?
You got to throw a night game on Thursday in Patterson, New Jersey, for the 5 fans to go see it on their Thirsty Thursday. The only discount they give. They tried to make me pay $2 for a cup of ice, which will go down the biggest robbery in history. We gave away 1,000 lightsabers tonight. Star Wars night, fireworks coming up. Y'all's drop 8-6. We're signing off here. We'll be back tomorrow, 6:36. Catch it on Flow Baseball or on our YouTube stream, Florence Y'alls YouTube page. Signing off from our executive producer, Sophie Wilson.
We'll be angrier than ever tomorrow.
Angrier than ever. And I'm already angry, so prepare. Jesse Cook, my trusty number 2. I've been Rory Tannenberg. Y'all, have a good night.